What is up, everybody? This is your boy Mike, aka Mild,
aka Black.
This is the Black and Mild podcast coming at you for another week of,
Terror.
living life, surviving the day-to-day stuff. So how you doing, B?
Good, man. Feeling
was your week?
blessed, feeling happy. Week has been. Last week was hectic. This week is equally as hectic. Just went out for snacks for the boys, a little treat because they did all the lawn work that needed to be done. We're gonna set up a trampoline, finish putting in the fire pit. Just random outdoor stuff.
All right. Yeah. No, same. Just work as much as possible. Getting ready for the summer semester. Work. Yeah. Once we get better at editing, it was put that in. But you know what I mean? Getting ready for the summer semester. Dude, I'm taking 4 classes this summer semester to get caught up because well, I'm taking economics, history, and a business class, and something else.
Is there something? Are you like looking in the cloud or something, bro?
Yeah, because there's my whiteboard up there.
Oh,
my bad. I should have mentioned that to you.
I got you.
I'm gonna start talking like this from throughout the entire pod.
Jesus was telling you,
it's like, you all right, bro?
Jesus, what is my schedule?
Yeah, no, man. But I noticed, like, I'm trying to get to sleep, like, at a certain time now, because getting older, man. It's just I can't be staying up too late and then wondering why I'm trying to get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, even 7 o'clock in the morning, like if I stay up till 12 o'clock, it's really rough getting up for some reason. I don't know why.
Bro, yeah, I don't know who you're telling. Like, you
dude, out cold.
You ever see like those things like because listen, I've done my fair share of partying, like 100%. So like and it has like a by decades, like 20s, like you're easy, you're out like all night long. You need like 1 hour of sleep. You put on a clean shirt and you're at work, like that sort of thing.
Right.
Like 30s, you can kind of make it, but you don't feel good.
40s, it's getting to that point.
About it. Like, dude, 50s, forget it, bro. Like, yeah, I can't. I
you got your whole week planned out pretty much.
Yeah, man. And listen, I tell everyone, they're like, oh, what's the number one reason you like to be a realtor? And I'm like, naps, bro. Naps. I like to take naps.
So what would you say is the best the top 3 best features of being a realtor?
Top 100% my schedule. 100%. Like,
of course.
So obviously I do need to there's certain times I have to go at showings or listing appointments or closing. So, I do have a schedule that's not just bound by myself, right? But like if I want to see something that my kid is involved in, or if I want to take a vacation, I don't have to beg people for that.
Right.
Number 2, it's definitely being in sales my whole life. It's definitely a more rewarding sale than say like, car sales or cell phones or knives, whatever it is that you're selling. Like, you know what I mean? I find it to be more rewarding. And number 3, I think is, I mean, can we be honest? Money, bro. Like it's a good career, so
yeah, the potential.
So if you hustle, and I mean, I can't say it's just like everything, because honestly, if you work for corporate America, for the most part, you can hustle and just be unrecognized and work for a company that just doesn't care. But this is definitely a career where if you hustle, you're going to get out of it what you want, and it's going to bring opportunities to you,
Right, for sure. All right, I could definitely understand that. I mean, when it comes down to that actual, I don't know what just happened to my computer there, but But yeah, getting older, I mean, it definitely makes me want to pay attention more so as well too to my health, like because my hip, man, I had that hip surgery, man. I'm noticing I'm like doing stretches and stuff. I'm like, man,
yeah,
I gotta make sure that I don't get locked up.
Listen,
34, dude.
There's a lot I can tell you, man, from experience. And I've had some crazy things, you know, like I've
Mm.
gotten kidney stones a lot in my lifetime, which is no
I've never. I mean, so okay. So sorry to cut you off there. I'm 34. How long would you say?
before the age of 34, nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
No.
So after what age does everything go to shit?
I would say for me it started what was I in 2000, say 2007ish. So I would have been 25. Oh, maybe. So I would have been 25, 32. Wow, 2007. It seems like it's not that
32.
far.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, dude. It's crazy. Because what we met 2009.
Oh eight, oh nine, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say 2009.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
And
so
that's almost
I
that's
actually
crazy, and
had
that's almost 20 years from now. Be 30 years.
I actually had yeah, and no, maybe I had kidney stones before that.
I remember when I met you, you were complaining about kidney stones
Yeah, well, so I did have it
at
before that.
ECP.
I had it in like in my or in my late 20s, and that was just like a one-time thing. And then I started getting them like recurring in like
Okay.
'07, '08, like bad. And if you're familiar, which you're probably not, but like you go to the doctor and like there's certain things like you can do. Like so you can now I'll tell you what I do. Right. So now I just drink like I'll drink like a gallon of water before I go to sleep, right? This is gonna sound
Okay.
kind of wild, but like you drink a gallon of water and like you know you wake up like and your heart is fucked because you gotta pee so bad. And I just pee them out. Like it just fucking shoots out. Like you're sitting at you're, sit-
Sorry, you saw
you're,
my
sit-
face. My
you're,
bad.
you're sitting at the toilet or not sitting, but you're standing there, you know, and you have it pointed and you're just peeing as hard as you can and just you see this
gotta
little
figure
rock
out
just like
this.
shoot.
I gotta figure out that glare.
You got to glare.
Yeah, I gotta glare. You gotta glare too.
Yeah, I gotta set up.
It might be the cameras. Yeah, it might be the cameras set up. We got that for you guys. We're learning. We're learning. We're learning.
We're
But
learning.
but yeah, no, I've never had to experience anything like that, and that's crazy. I don't ever have think that I would want to ever. But like that, so that has to do with calcium buildup, right?
Kidney stones is like no, it's they told me for me it's
Or is it
oh,
salt?
what is it?
Like
Oxalate. So it's like
oxalate?
things that are brown, like peanut butter, chocolate,
Huh.
Coca-Cola, stuff like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Like I can drink as much Monster, Mountain Dew as I want. Like that.
Whatever it is, but anything that has the brown, so it's probably something to do with the food coloring or something like
I
that
don't know.
that
I'm
gets that
allergic
your body
to
doesn't
brown.
process.
Yeah.
Apparently not, but apparently not. D. So
But yeah, I have. I'll tell you what was the worst one is I got so they put something in your body, stents that runs from like your kidney to your urethra basically, right? To let the stones go through and pass. And one time I had it on both sides, both kidneys. So they put stents in me, and the first time they had done that, they did everything while I was asleep, which was fine. The second time they did it, it causes a lot of pressure. So it you constantly have to pee, and there's this constant pressure like in your kidneys and your back, and it's just really uncomfortable. And I was working at ECP, so 12-hour days, like just standing around like
yeah,
eight,
standing
like,
around, right?
and so I went to the
Hey,
doctor.
yo, ma.
Yeah. So I went to the doctor and I was like, listen, dude, I got to get these out. And he's like, all right, well, you can wait a week and do it at the hospital, or we can do it in the office. And I was like, all right, well, how bad can it be? Bro, let me tell you, probably the worst decision I ever made.
Right.
Yeah, so first off, they take like like a big Q-tip thing, and they put like numbing stuff in it, and then they like jam it in your little pee hole, right? Yeah. So that right there is pleasant, right? So they did that, and then they make you sit there by yourself while you feel like you can,
Just let you
like,
just think about this
like
shit. Now
yeah,
you
like
think
you've been
about what's
completely
about to
violated.
happen.
Just
You
sitting
tell me
there,
they violate the.
looking at your junk like, damn, bro, I'm really
Bro,
sorry.
I'm
Like,
so sorry, man.
I didn't mean it to go down this way.
Oh,
And
dude, I can't even think about that.
no,
It's
but listen, it gets
crazy.
worse, bro. It gets much worse. So then they come in with the doctor, his assistant, and a nurse, and they have like this thing. It's like a microscope, bro. And
Uh,
he take and it has like an irrigation device on it too, right?
all right.
So
It's
no,
good.
you got to hear this, bro, because it's great. It's wonderful. It'll make you never want kidney stones. So they jam that in the hole, right? And by this time you're numb, so you really don't feel anything, right? And he's going through and he's looking through the microscope and he's like, okay, got it. And you're like, oh, really isn't bad, right? Until I didn't know what happened until he said it, but like I felt this immense amount of pain, and I was like, oh my god, like. And he's like, yep, we just passed the sphincter. And I'm like, bro, like seriously? And it hurt so bad.
I
It was
can't think
so
about
bad.
it.
And then listen, so here's the
That's
crazy
crazy.
part. He goes in there and it has like a little hook on the end, right? And he hooks the stent, and then it's like almost like a tape measure. He has like it's like an automatic reeling, right? And so he presses a button and it's like and it all starts come flying out and there's like water flying everywhere. Like, yeah, you don't know what's going on, bro. And the whole thing was a nightmare. And you want to know what the worst part about that story is?
Dude,
The worst part is that I had two stents. So he had to go in there again on the other side and grab another one. So I had that replay twice. And then as I'm sitting there,
yeah,
feeling
there's no
even
way.
more
I remember
violated, right?
passed
More
out.
violated.
There's no way.
His assistant comes in. He's like, so how do you feel? And I'm like, bro, how do you think I feel? He's like, honestly, like, I mean, you handle it pretty well. He's like, most young guys don't like it. You know, older guys are okay because they don't really have much feeling down there. But I can imagine that wasn't pleasant. And I'm like, you think, bro? Like, are you really having this conversation with me right now? I'm like, dude, just go away. Like for real. Like,
Yeah, that's
it was
wild.
terrible. It was terrible. So yeah, that's kid life with kidney stones. So now, yeah, I'll gladly drink a gallon of water and pee it out. Like that's what I do. But I really, knock on wood, I don't get them that often anymore.
Yeah, knock on wood. I've never gotten one. I
mean, I
plan on
see
getting one.
you got your eyesight gone though
really?
quicker than me. My
Yeah, my
started, like,
eyesight
in my
is
40s.
almost shot out though, and you know the car accident, of course, didn't help this eye. You know what I mean?
Okay, right.
Almost losing this eye. So it's like for sure, my eyesight definitely. At night, if I'm driving, I need glasses. There's no way, shape, or form I can't drive without glasses. Period. Like,
Really?
I mean, I can't drive. Period right now. But anyways, it's very. It's like as far as far as like at night, nah. I need glasses. But yeah, no, my eyesight. I think. Well, I mean, it could be hereditary. I mean, my uncle went blind like pretty early. Shouts. I don't, want to say names out there, Uncle Nard. You know what I mean? But I mean, other than that, cancer I took out a couple of people in my dad's side. Rest in peace. Other than, I mean, on my
cancer's
mom,
not
I don't
good.
know. Yeah, can't. I mean, it just rips through damn near every family. I know, like
Yeah.
everybody has a cancer.
Cancer story. Yeah, my dad, my dog. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's bad. But other than that, like, I get gout, which I've explained to you is absolutely like horrifying. It's
I have
probably-
never.
bro, I
Yeah.
never heard of it until I worked with this guy, and it was kind of crazy because like he was just sitting there and he's like, I can't stand. I have gout, and I'm like, okay, and then like
Gout is like a form of lactic acid or something that
Uric
builds
acid,
up in you.
uric acid.
Uric acid. That is.
yeah, it, like
Okay. See,
forms
I know
crystals.
stuff, people. I know some stuff. You know what I mean?
It like forms crystals in your joint.
And right.
And fortunately, I only, and I say it fortunately because I can't imagine having like my hand like this, like, so like for me, it goes in my foot, but it really made it like I went a good 6 months where I really couldn't walk properly. And then I went to a doctor, and he prescribed me prednisone, which, we covered on my, on one of the prior
one,
podcasts
yeah.
as far as,
Right.
prednisone and me buying as much as possible because
I mean, absolutely. Why wouldn't
now when
you
I feel it, I'm like, you know
prevent
what?
that guilt?
Right? I'm just taking this stuff.
Preventing that guilt.
Bro, it's and so I will tell you the one other thing, and it probably will happen to you too, but your prostate, I guess, gets bigger.
Yeah, apparently.
So
Apparently.
I take super
And
beta
you're
prostate.
yeah, you're 50. So aren't you supposed to have a prostate you're supposed to have a prostate check at like 45, aren't you?
I had one at 45, also very
Okay.
pleasurable. When and it was a female doctor, and she, she's like, all right, pull down your pants, and I'm like, okay, why?
Okay.
You know,
Why you even say why? Just
and,
do it.
well, because I mean, I really, and she's talking to me about like vacationing, and I'm like, all right, this is, and then
This is going good. This is good.
right?
Tell me more, B. Tell me more.
She lubes up that finger, and she's, just throws it in there, and
Snoop.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
walk.
and it's really you're like, okay,
Hey,
So
this is happening.
at that point, it was okay, everything was fine, but as I got into 50s, I started waking up a lot, like peeing a lot and whatever.
Okay.
So I take super beta prostate, and
Okay.
shout out to that. It's a natural remedy because I'd rather take stuff natural than take like drugs. You know what I mean?
Right,
It has
right.
like sawgrass and all sorts of like whatever, like celery root and stuff, whatever.
I do want to get more stuff like that. Like get just I mean, might as well. I'm getting to that point now in 2 months, almost a month and a half, really, where I mean, I should just keep up with all that stuff. I really do want to get back on my fitness stuff, really, really, really focus on my cardio, more so than heavy lifting, weights and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, I still want to do my weights for sure, but way more so running, getting my my cardio up. I
Yeah.
think that's way more important than doing, just heavy weightlifting. You know what I mean? I'm
No,
like, of
I
course, do
agree.
my weights, try to make sure I tone myself up. But I think that if I can strengthen up my heart, get some fish oil in me, then
I can't the whole fish oil thing. And 'cause I
just
hate,
take the capsule, bro. Take the
I hate
capsule.
fish, and it still gives you that fishy.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, I don't know.
I can't do it. I can't
Yeah,
do it.
I'd say, hey, you could, yeah, when you burp it up.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
I just thought about it. You burp it up. You're
I
like,
can't do it.
give me a kiss, baby.
Right. No, I can't. I can't. Remember, we had a we had someone that was like above us, and we you remember the guy? He would always say crazy things to people,
Yeah,
and he had like the most fishy smelling breath always. Like
that's crazy.
yeah. But
He just has just like a lifetime supply of sardines in his
I
house.
have met people like that. I actually dated a girl one time that I just like I had to call quits because I don't know if it's just she ate a lot of fish, but
There's
like
just something in there. I don't know. I feel bad for people. I'm like a very empathetic individual. I'm like extremely empathetic. Like, did you have a conversation with her?
no, I couldn't. I mean, how do you do that? How are you like? Listen, like I really. I don't see us going anywhere because like your
Because,
breath is like
listen, how-
it
this is
smells
how
like
you-
you eat out of my dog's bowl. Like
Bro, listen. This is how you have a conversation in 2026. We're gonna do the 2020 version. No, actually, what year was this about? This was what 2000. Let's say what 98, 99, 2000s.
oh, for me, no.
Yeah.
This was like after.
So this
after
was
my
pre
divorce.
PC.
No. This is.
Oh no, this was oh, this was
Yeah,
you still had to,
yeah.
nah, you could still let her know what's up.
I couldn't.
All right,
I
so
couldn't,
all
and I
right, let's
felt
role
bad,
play. Let's
you
role
know?
play. All right, let's role play. Let's role play. Let's role play. All right, you're your girl. I'm you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hey babe, how you doing? How's work?
Everything is good. I'm just.
All right,
Hanging
all
out with
right.
my
Give me a
crispy crab.
smooch. All right. Okay. Ooh, babe, Lord. Oh, you brush your teeth today?
Of course.
You did? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. What'd you eat?
I don't know. Probably a lot of fish.
Oh, okay. We might have to figure that out, baby. Because Yeah, I don't like that. That just turned my stomach, babe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't,
You got two more strikes now, babe. That's it. There's no more.
so,
There's
so
no
you're
more.
telling
All right. We can't do no more. So
you're crazy, man.
it's like you get
You're
two more
crazy.
strikes. You only getting
That's your
you only-
empathetic version, huh?
Yeah, well that's the that's the after marriage version.
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
try to get to
well,
marriage, you
listen, after marriage, I mean, like we got like Banaka on the side of the on the nightstand, you know, like okay,
right.
you want to kiss or something, but you wake up with that terrible morning breath, bro. Yeah, bro, you got it. It's just,
The rollover spray.
it's the same thing, bro.
Rollover Altoid.
Listen. Do you fart in the bed?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I destroy her. I do feel bad for her. And anytime I have milk, it's a wrap, my guy. Anytime I have milk, it's done for. I think I'm lactose intolerant. I think so. I don't
You ever
know.
think it's so
I don't
bad?
even, how do I check for stuff like that?
I mean, I don't really know. I think you can take tests.
Dude, I'd be killing it, bro.
Yeah,
I
where
mean,
like,
I'm
your
so
blanket's
sorry.
just- you can't
Trust
even
my
take the
baby.
smell of your blanket, right? You're like, dude, it's just it
Dude.
won't go away.
I just like, dude, I'll like wait for it to sit, right? And then like just because I know it's already, so I'll wait for probably 2 minutes or so, right? After that, then it starts to disperse too far, so it's not too concentrated. So like, and then I'll let it out of the other side of the bed so that she doesn't smell it because the way there's a whole like logistical thing that I have to do with my farts at times because I don't want to disturb her, you know?
Right.
I don't. So, but dude, that's why I don't like normally eat cereal. We just had this conversation like not too long ago about like speaking of like, I mean, what's your go-to breakfast?
Oh, go to breakfast. I really don't eat much breakfast, but I could tell you what I've been doing is I've been making my own smoothie,
Okay.
or
Okay.
so and really like just almond milk, banana, a scoop of peanut butter, some
I've been getting into my
cheese,
almond milk. Yeah,
and like a little tiny bit of oatmeal, and just blend it up, right?
blend it up in a ninja.
Or my girl makes this really good stuff. She makes milk. It's milk, some like Greek yogurt, like the honey vanilla Greek yogurt, and chia seeds, and then you let the chia
Okay.
seeds steep in it, so they get like a little bigger. Like they're not like boba bubbles, but they get
Right. But I know what you're talking about. The seeds. Yeah. They look
yeah,
like
yeah.
little. They look like. What kind of seeds we're talking? Sesame seeds.
Yeah,
But
something
they're
like
black.
that. Yeah, exactly. And she put a little bit of honey in there, and I'll throw like a little granola. We'll get fruit
That
like
sounds good.
blackberries, pineapples, strawberries, whatever you put in there,
Yeah, that sounds
and just
fire.
these little jars, bro. We put them in these little jars, and it's really the chia seeds fill you up, man. It really
Hmm.
but bro, it doesn't matter what I do. Like honestly, I think I'm just destined to be fat. Like
You
I
big
can't.
bone, bro. Really are people with like with big ass bones.
I
You did lose some weight, but it's just I guess it's hard for you to keep it off, right?
Well, no, I've gotten
You
to
can
a
lose
certain
it,
point
but
where I
uh
can't get any more, and the problem is I'm so busy at work, and I had a trainer for like a year, and this guy was
mhm,
trying to turn me into Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, by the way. And I just
right.
watched. I don't know if you watched that Netflix documentary.
I'm gonna watch it, but okay, we can't talk about it yet because I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it Thursday, so I'm gonna watch it so we'll be able to talk about it next pod.
Okay.
But Danielle, she says she doesn't want to watch it, so I'm like, okay, well, you know what I mean. She's like, I don't want to know bad stuff about the people that I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll watch it when
It wasn't
I don't know.
really. Yeah. No. I won't say anything. I'll let you watch it.
Okay,
But
okay, so yeah,
like,
let me watch it and then
I
we'll talk
grew up
about it
like
next
a
pod.
Hulkamaniac, bro. Like I
Okay.
loved Hulk Hogan. Um, but yeah, so anyway, this guy he was like trying to turn me into Hulk Hogan. I'm like, bro, like I
Hmm.
know my body, like I need more cardio. No,
Hmm.
and I'm like, all right. He's like, if you would just, stay to my diet, and I'm like, bro, I can't. Like, do you see me? Like, obviously, I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? And the more I lift,
So what
the
kind of
more
diet was he trying to have you do?
I
Like what?
fucking I
Like
don't know. Like I don't know, bro. I don't even like honestly. So the point is, I don't do the trainer anymore. Now I just like I'll do like kettlebells. I'll do I'll walk with like incline. I'll do elliptical, and but really, dude, and I tell people this all the time. Like I'm the most in shape fat guy you'll ever meet, because
I'm sure.
realistically,
I'm sure you could bust my ass, bro. As far as realistic, like I'm honest to God, I'm
Yeah.
sure you could bust my ass on the basketball court right now, because I'm like so out of shape, bro.
Like, at
so I'm
51,
I'm so out of shape.
I'll go and play with my son.
I'm sure you could bust my ass.
Yeah, I go and play with my son and his friends, and we'll play full court, and I'll play for like 3-4 hours. Like I'll do like 15,000 steps.
Right.
you know?
I'm good for a good 30-45 minutes probably.
No, bro. Like and
You know what I mean?
they're all
I haven't
asking
played
for
ball
air.
in years, though.
And
That's
I'm
crazy.
still playing. You know, like I just played with one of my friends today. I played with him for like an hour and 15 minutes. He's like, bro, I can't do it anymore. I can't. And I'm like, bro, come on. We've only played for like an hour. Like seriously.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't know, man. I just, if I could just lose like 20 pounds, I'd be happy. Like, it's not like I hate myself, I don't want to get it.
Just
don't get it
focus on.
twisted.
I would say in your case, and this is from
It's
brother to
just not
brother.
eating,
I would
bro, is what I need to do. I just need to not eat.
eat the things that you enjoy in moderation, but like be smart about it. Here's my my logic on it. Don't go crazy on greasy foods, fried
This Monster
foods,
Zero.
all the zero sugar stuff like that. But you also got to think about the caffeine and what it does to your heart. When I'm trying to obviously refrain from drinking, so I kind of shift to energy drinks. So I'll drink probably 2 of those a day. 2 energy drinks a day, something like that. About the same size of those cans.
Right.
And I'm sitting at a desk, so it's like, you know what I mean. Like, but I think if you focus more so on what's it called, like more so cardio, then I think then that's just focus on your heart health. That's it, dude. Focus on eating decent stuff. Focus on your heart health.
I know,
and that's it.
I know. I've said a million things that are wrong with me, but in general,
In general,
honestly,
like you're still a healthy, logical.
yeah.
you know.
I mean, realistically, I feel pretty healthy, and I can get up and do stuff. It's not like it's not like I'm 600-pound life. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly that part.
So yeah, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, bro, yeah. So all in all, I guess the moral of the story is getting old. It does suck, and I do like. There's
No.
times. In fact, wifey just said to me the other day, you know what the problem is? The problem is your sleep. I'm like, my sleep, and it's
It's possible you're not getting good sleep.
Well, I don't. I know that I have like sleep apnea, probably. Like
Okay,
I'm a total
okay.
mouth.
You should go get tested. Yeah, you. Yeah. I definitely live with you for a bit. You definitely snore like crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that
Total
you definitely
mouth
should get
breather.
that. You definitely should get
I don't
get
need
that
it
checked
tested.
out.
I know I have it. I'm not wearing a
Okay,
mask.
so
Maybe
there
I'll
are.
die
I
in my
don't think.
sleep. Maybe I won't.
But there's okay. That's a kind of a crazy statement. But I'm saying, what if there are other things that you don't need, like, or that you can
There
use
could
that
be.
aren't
We also covered the no health insurance thing, right?
right? We did also cover how like that shitty that is in the United States, where you can you just don't, you don't know how
Realistically,
to
need something and
right,
just
and you can't get it
like,
because
right. Exactly. So there's that. I'm willing to take my chances. So
I'm not. Listen, I'm going into medical debt, and I'm dying with medical debt. There's no doubt about that.
yeah, I guess. But
I'm
like,
going
now that-
to the hospital, and I'm saying, what do I need to do? They can send me a bill till the cows come home.
And you can do that easier if you have some type of insurance or something. But like when
Right.
when they know you have nothing, they're like they really give you like the really garbage. Like you can't go and see your primary doctor. Like they won't see you.
Right.
without-
There's nothing. Yeah. And that's that's. I feel like that's really crazy because like you literally can't go to a primary care without insurance.
Right. But you can go to the hospital.
You can
and
go
they
to the
have
hospital,
see you,
and they have to see you,
and they're going to bill
but
you
they
$20,000.
bill you exactly out the
Right.
wazoo.
Right.
Do
We're
you know
going
what I
to make you
mean?
feel the pain for this one, buddy.
Yeah. Just to deliver you there $4,000.
So
You know what I mean?
we're talking about old men, but how about we talk about some young men? All right. Did that sounded okay. That didn't sound like too off. But the NFL draft just happened. right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you're a Bucks fan. I'm a Giants fan. How do you feel about your picks?
Number one pick, Dane Jr. out of Miami. Dude is a quite. He's literally a beast. I think he's Warren Sapp 2.0.
Okay.
He's gonna come through and absolutely dominate. We literally got. I think we got. Well, let's see here. We got an edge. We got a linebacker. We got a wide receiver, a cornerback, defensive tackle, offensive guard, and a tight end.
Okay.
So we got two offense and the rest defense, or no, three offense and three defense.
So yours was yours was a lot like
Pretty
the Giants.
balanced. Miami, two from Miami, one from Clemson, one from Missouri, one from Georgia State, and one from Notre Dame and one from LSU.
Okay.
So, but Bain Jr. being the number one, shout outs pick 15, that's going to be the slugger that we need. He's going to be explosive off of the line, and I think we're going to have some solid like the biggest problem with Tampa, and I don't want to go on a rant with this, is the fact that our team is young, but our team is also old and injured. Our
Right.
team is young, like we have a lot of young talent on our team, but they're young and inexperienced. And now,
Who's that wide receiver last year that was lighting it up when Evans was out?
and Mbuku,
Yeah.
young, dominant. We have, I mean, and he's like he had at least what I think 2 seasons under Evans and stuff like that. So I mean, I think we have a solid core. Evans is out. You know what I mean? Salute. It's my guy right there. Same thing with Levante David retiring. That's why we had to pick up some strong players on the defensive end. It's just important for us to actually follow through, for them to get into training camp and to put the work in. Bain Jr. That's a name to look out for. Hurst, I'm gonna definitely pay attention to him to kind of help Mbeku on the other side, but we'll see, man. What about the Giants, bro? What do you think? What do you think your season's gonna look like next year
I think
or this year, coming year?
as far as our picks, it was a very John Harbaugh. You could tell like he was
He
part
was
of
behind
this.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so really, we had pick number 5, which is a spectacular pick to have, right? And we took a linebacker, and at first I'm like, damn it, like let's get Jackson Dart like another weapon. You know what I mean? Like get him another weapon. But this guy Arvell Reese out of
Right.
Ohio State. I don't have you
supposed
seen
to be a-
film on this guy?
Supposed to be a monster.
Bro, they say he's like the next Micah Parsons, and
Supposed to
you
be a
watch the
monster,
film, and
right.
the guy's a total beast. Then we had offensive tackle Magoa, however you say his name.
Magua.
Yeah. A cornerback from Tennessee, a wide receiver at pick 74. So maybe he works out, maybe he doesn't. Defensive tackle, offensive lineman, and another linebacker. So really just one offensive skill player, you know what I mean? Like one wide receiver, which I guess they kind of figure like, okay, they brought in Darnell Mooney, which I don't really think is an opposite for a good number 2 receiver. For you got to
Okay.
take some of the pressure off of Neighbors. You got to be able to stop people from double covering him. You know what I mean?
Right.
We did pick up Isaiah Likely from Baltimore, which I think is spectacular tight end, bro. I don't know if you've ever watched that guy.
I don't think. No, I don't. I'm not.
Oh
familiar.
man, like everyone's guy with Baltimore for tight end is like what's his name, Mark Andrews, and Andrews is good, but this Likely guy, bro, you should watch a little bit on him. I think that was a really really good acquisition for us.
Okay.
I'm feeling
So you're
good.
first. So you feel. So you. I mean, what do you think? How do you think you guys are gonna do this season? What do you guys do last season?
I
your
think we
record?
won 3 games, three or 4 games.
You think at least a winning season next season?
Yeah, bro. I think that all the pieces are there. I mean, we have Tracy and Scattaboo for running backs. We have Neighbors, Mooney, and I really hope this Odell Beckham Jr. thing comes to fruition. Like I really hope he signs with
Yeah,
the
you think
Giants.
so?
Well, I think he'll bring leadership to the locker room, and I think he still has some juice in the tank, bro. I
Yeah.
do. I don't think he's completely washed up. Um, and we have some good tight ends. You know, the offensive line is looking like it's shaping up.
Right.
Jackson Dart, I don't know how much you saw him last year, but the guy's a stud, man. The guy can run, he can
So what
pass.
was you guys' reason? I mean, I don't even remember that you was it you guys not having a defense last year or
Why
what?
we sucked?
Yeah.
But do you realize I think it was like 6 games or something like that where we were winning it with like 6 minutes or less in the fourth quarter and we lost the game.
Yeah.
Like and one of them was by
That
like
happened. That
a
happened to
lot.
us. That happened to us last season. We went 6-1, dude. 6-1, and then lost the last 6 games, or the next 6 games in a row.
Yeah, like we
You know what I
couldn't
mean?
hold on to a lead. I think Dayball was a complete disaster. I think
Or
he
like
was.
five and one or something
I
like that.
think he was one of these coaches that just wants to be buddies with the players. You know what I mean? Like didn't want anyone to dislike him. I think the play calling was very like way too conservative.
Hmm.
You know, there's no we and I just I'm hoping to see more this year. I'm hoping to see with Giants as a Giants fan, like we've been waiting for a long time, bro. It's been a long time.
Last time you guys, I mean, won a Super Bowl was with Eli, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But even beyond that, bro, do you know as a Giants fan, like literally this is how bad it is? Like I'm happy if we score a touchdown in a game. Like for the past couple seasons. Like seriously, like, oh, we put up 21 points. Yeah. Yeah, we scored 3 touchdowns. Okay. You know, like yeah, that's kind of where it's at, bro.
Yeah, I mean, for them to only go like 3 games is kind of crazy the entire season. I mean, but they traded. What did they do? They traded what for what pick? They didn't even get a first round pick.
Oh, Barkley? You
No, I
talking?
mean, no, I'm talking about the Giants. Did they get a first round pick this round?
Yeah, we had two.
Oh,
We had
who'd you?
we,
Oh,
we,
yeah,
we had
that's who you
5
meant,
and
correct.
10. We
Right,
traded Sexy Dexy for number 10, which I think was good because the guy wasn't happy with his contract. He was playing like
right,
crap, completely unmotivated, completely overweight.
right,
Didn't play up to his level. And if you're gonna have that attitude, then get off the squad, bro. Go somewhere else.
right.
Be
Go
happy
somewhere else.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Give us someone that maybe wants to play. You know.
yeah.
So we'll,
I mean,
we'll see how that pick works out.
I feel you on that one. So we got. Hold on. We should have went through talking about the how the world population
It's true.
is.
That's true.
So what is it? So what was your thought process on that? I forgot.
On what the world population?
Yeah.
It's, we kind of all right. So
We touched on it, but
Well, yeah, we'll let you guys in on this. Is we're trying to get more organized and everything. So once again, bear with us. But we had a little way of doing it. But I just thought it segued in from old men to young men. I thought it was like a good. I thought I did good on that segue, bro. I don't know.
yeah,
Are you,
for sure.
are you you're trashing me now for my segue?
Absolutely.
All right. So all right. So the world population thing is there's a lot of different conspiracies and stuff, right? But I read something that said like a couple of the big reasons that they say. One is like economic uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
So it says that for every woman in order for the population to keep growing, each woman has to have 2.1 children,
Right.
right? And we're well below that. Except there's a couple of countries that are actually like losing already population. I want to
China.
say it was like Japan, South Korea.
It's
There's
China for sure.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of like those countries over there. And then so that was one economic uncertainty. The fact that women are more like entering the workforce now versus in the past. where it was kind of like, the gender roles, like the woman would stay at home with the
Right.
children and
Right.
just keep popping out children versus the men would work. The other thing is also the type of economy and the type of world that we live in, right? So it's not like back in the old days when Jebediah would have 14 children because he needed them to help him on the farm, you
Right.
know, or like mortality rates were lower. So if you had 14 kids, like five of them are going to die, and then you're left with nine, right?
Right.
To help you out. So there's that reason also. So all those reasons I think were pretty good, but like self-inflicted, I would say would be number one. And I do believe it is part of it. Is number one is women in the workforce, and number two would be like economic uncertainty. I think a lot of people, and it's smart though. It's not. I don't blame people for this. Like I think you should be prepared to have a child because you want that child to be raised in a good stable environment where you're not worrying where the next meal is coming from or having to struggle. You want to provide your children with a lot. With my
I feel like that
ex-wife,
goes
we didn't
th-
have that.
that goes, I mean, yeah, for sure. I feel like that goes like into so many different layers of topics that like, I mean, world population is like the macro, right? But when you look into the micro is those little cataclysmic things that are happening in everybody and in everyday life that then turn into that macro world population declining type situation, right? So, I mean, if you look at the fact that, like you said before, there, I mean, it's not even the fact that women, oh, I just want to get up and go to work. It's the fact that now, or more so, like there's no way that a one income household is enough nowadays. So it's not necessarily a thing that they just want to do it. It's a thing that like a lot of times they feel the need that they have to do it.
It's a necessity. Yeah.
And we also can't ignore the fact of the quote unquote woman empowerment movement, where you have these women that quite literally are going to college more often than not. You know what I mean? And they're that's the
Oh,
dog.
there he is, the man, the myth, the
That's
legend.
Kobe. But they're hold on, let me go ahead and close the door real quick, so I'm not talking too.
He's like, "Yo, we going for a walk, bro?" Aw,
He
oh,
does.
oh, that's
He
so
does.
rude. He
He
looks so
does. I love him.
happy.
That's my dog. No, he does. He does. Let me get this pod done. Let me get this pod done.
He was, he was so happy. He's like, "Bro, I see the
He's like,
headphones on.
he's
Like,
like,
I
it's
know
my
what you're
dog. Yeah,
doing."
yeah, yeah. He's like, what's up, bro? What's up? But you check, like, you see, like, all of these economic indicators where, you know what I mean? People, quite literally, if you look at how much it costs for some of these people to even put their kid in daycare, right? Like, I mean, I'm 34, no kids. I'm thinking about it earlier today. Like, I mean, I have stepkids, but if, if I would have had a kid at like 20, 21, the kid would have been 14, 13, 14 at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
even then, the world that we live in, the like you said before, the complete economic uncertainty of AI and how that's going to completely affect every single job out there. You know what I mean? You think that like our first jobs were, growing up were fast food jobs. Those
McDonald's,
by
bro.
the time, you know what I mean? Exactly. By the time the next generation actually starts to get into that working force, those jobs will probably be null. They're not going to be there. The cashier jobs are not there already.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, stuff like that. I mean, it definitely is a deciding factor for a lot of people, for them to not do that. I mean, but you also have the flip side of that, where you have the welfare babies, where you have just people popping out kids like they have no give, they could not care less, and the reason being is simply because they get the tax benefit off of
It's
them.
more
So
it's
they
more
live
money
in
from the government,
they
more
live in
SNAP.
squalor.
Right.
Yeah, they live in
Yeah.
squalor. They don't care that they live in
Yeah.
squalor. There's only one person working, because guess what? If I make more money, then that we don't get the benefits that we used to get. You know what I mean? If the wife leaves the house and starts working, you know what I mean? Then at that point, you know what I mean? We start making above that poverty line, which, to be crazy, about the, how much what the poverty line technically is now?
Um, what was it like 28,000 or something like that?
Exactly.
I saw.
I think that's yeah. I think that should be raised a little bit,
Yeah,
if you ask me.
I 20, how do you? And I guess it depends on where you live, right?
Yeah. Do you think that that's something that do you think? I mean, because then poverty line, right? Let's think about it. Poverty line is 28,000. Is what you say. How much would you say is $17 an hour
It's
if you're
not much.
working a four if you're working a 40-hour work week?
It's like let's say about 28,000, something like that.
About 31,000, I think
Yeah,
31,000 or 32,000 a year. After
just doing like
taxes, about
quick
28.
math. Yeah,
Yeah, after taxes, it's about 28.
right,
Poverty, that's $17 an hour.
right. And growing up, for me, if you were making like $17 an hour, like that was,
You're like, all right, $20 an
yeah.
hour. You're like, even 10 years ago,
No,
even
I know.
10 to 15 years ago, you're like, you know what I mean? $20 an hour, 20 to that, $22 an hour. You're like, okay, all right.
I
You know
talk
what
to
I mean?
people that want to rent houses, and they're like, yeah, no, I have a great job. I make $20 an hour, and I'm like, is it great though?
That's $800 a week after taxes. That's still, you know what I mean? Like,
Six
yeah.
fifty a week, and then times that by four, you're
Hmm.
2,600, whatever,
Times
and
that
then
by
you have
12, you at about 38,000 a
$1,400
year.
for rent.
38,000 a year for with taxes, or
Yeah,
with or minus
no,
taxes.
bro, it absolutely 100%. It's got to be tough, man.
So you think about that, and you think, but the average job out there is paying that. That's what they're paying.
Yeah,
They're paying you 16, $17 an hour and looking you dead in your face and saying, yeah, we want you to have open availability for a part-time job.
right.
What? Like, this is a
Right.
part-time job. I mean, how you going to tell me that I need to have open availability just so I can make 16, $17 an hour for 20 something for 20 something hours a week, and you want me to have open availability?
I want to say
Huh?
my first job was like four something an hour, like $5 an hour, something like that.
Mine was like 730 or something.
Yeah, I mean not much difference. It's not. I mean,
Right.
minimum wage is still like $7, $8 an hour or something. Like,
Exactly.
how is that
That's what I'm
minimum
saying.
wage?
How?
And I know you'll
How?
see people, and I guess this is the difference in some of the news coverage, right? Is you have certain news saying, hey, that's not enough, and I 100% agree.
Right.
Versus like, I'll call out Fox on this. Like Fox, they sit there and talk about it. They're like, well, if you pay these people $20 an hour, then they're gonna have to raise their prices and this and that. And I'm like,
Right.
but you can't. How can anyone live on
Live off
on
of
on
$20 an hour.
right? It's literally like
How?
you're making like wages like you're living in Mexico or Dominican Republic
Right. Right.
or like Jamaica or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's
No, but
not.
how does anybody legitimately live off of $20 an hour? I mean,
It's
even as a single person, just a single
They
person.
do. I have friends on Facebook that like, they're like they work at Walmart or something like that,
Hmm.
and they're always like, "Oh man, I need brakes on the car. What am I gonna do?" And I'm like, "All right, you go replace your brakes." But not everything. And here's the thing, Mike,
It's
is
crazy,
honestly,
man.
I've been blessed in my career at just, being good at what I do and working hard. It doesn't
Hmm.
talent comes naturally, but work ethic doesn't, right? So
Very
so
true.
I've been blessed in doing what I do and enjoying what I do. And I was talking to someone, and the guy was like, he was like, oh, your kid's Christmas and this and that. And I was telling him, oh, well, we did this and we're gonna do that, and we don't do a lot of presents and blah blah blah. And he's like, do your kids even know that there's not a Santa Claus? And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? It's not even like we don't even, but like I take a lot of it for granted. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I gotta say, hold on a second. There are people that are working for these wages that I can't fathom. I can't because I
Even
can't.
less. I mean, we're talking about like this is like if you have a $20 an hour job right now, right? Like, granted, you're better off than a lot of people out there. A good, let's say 30% of people out there. If you have a $20 an hour job,
Probably, yeah.
like Take that. That's 1,600. That's $3,200 a month. That's. I mean, yeah. Dude.
And I mean,
That's
if
like
you have
38,000.
two of you without kids, and you're making like 80 grand, okay, I guess you know.
That's a different story. 80 grand for one person is you should not have any problems with that.
But
in
even
any
if
way,
you're
shape, or
if you're
form.
a couple without kids and you're making
You should
80,
not have any problem with that.
Right,
As a
I think
couple,
that-
two people as a couple
I
with
think
no
you're okay.
kids making
Right.
$80,000
I
as
think you
a
can enjoy
pair,
your
you
life.
should be fine.
right, absolutely, 100%. Because those kids don't stop eating, bro. They don't stop eating.
Bro,
And they
that's
like
38. Like we were right. That's $20 an hour is $38,400 a year.
Right, right.
That's $20 an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's
But
a
it's-
40-hour work week.
but
you know what I mean? Like,
It shows how old we are, honestly. Because growing up for me, like 38,000 was a really decent wage for someone. Like it really was.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, even when I first moved down to Florida, Mike, we packed up a minivan, we went down there.
That's
called
what
up
I'm
a-
saying. That's what I'm saying. Even 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Called
Between
up the
that
landlord.
time.
Hey, you got a place at $600
How much was the place?
a month?
How much was the place? What was that? Off of
600.
Park Ave, 600 and something.
Yep.
What was it? A 3.2?
Yeah.
You're not finding that nowhere in Florida, bro.
No.
Nowhere in Florida. You're getting a
Remember we
room
had
for
that racetrack
$750.
in the backyard, the
Yeah.
the old airfield.
Yep, the old airfield.
Yeah.
I'm
that place is pretty
probably
cool.
where I'm probably 15 minutes from there.
Yeah.
From that area over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Got some
But
stories
yeah,
about
man.
all that
I mean,
area
that's
too. Yeah.
yeah, dude. That's it. That area was fun. That
For
area was
sure.
fun. Lived in that area, Lehigh. Shout outs to Lehigh Acres. You know what
Yes.
I mean,
Definitely.
Lehigh's bro, it's exploded though, because
Really?
everybody's moving. Yeah, dude. Everybody's moved out here, dude. And the average house is 400.
Okay.
You know
Wow.
what I mean? Yeah.
For Lehigh? Wow. That was like the place that was like that was like
The
the-
150. The
Yeah.
ghetto.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's they still try to consider it the ghetto, but dude, I went down. You remember that remember Homestead, right? Homestead Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went in there to what was it, the Fresco? There's a Fresco supermarket that's in there over there. I went over there to get my hair cut, all Spanish over there. Of course, you already know.
Yeah.
And I go off and I sit down, and the Spanish girl cut my hair, and I just needed a haircut because I just needed a cut. So she cut my hair and everything like that, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, they really put a barbershop in the middle of the grocery store. They really did. Like, all right, bro. You know what I mean? But like as I'm like coming back and leaving out of that parking lot, with like the Circle K, the McDonald's, that whole area that's in there. Was it Save a Lot? Is it a Save a Lot?
I mean,
The grocery store. Yeah. I think it's the whole grocery store that's over
Right.
there. That whole area, you normally would see Black, Haitian, or like the Spanish and stuff like that in that area. Dude, you see, white folk like that you would normally see down in Bonita, further up here now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? At 6 o'clock, dude. Like, if you're trying to leave here to go down south towards Fort Myers area, or like Bonita in Naples area, it's crazy. The traffic is crazy.
Really?
It's way worse than than even when you were down here. I mean, it was bad. It's way worse.
Because people actually live down there now. It's not just
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
just
They've
over
moved
anymore.
up from the more expensive areas. Like in Bonita, you're getting a 1,400 square feet, like 35-year-old house for $600,000.
Yeah,
with a backyard, like with you're sitting there, like passing hot dogs with your neighbor from the backyard.
Right.
Like it's HOA talking about hey, you cut your hedges like a little bit wrong.
Right.
We don't
No,
like it because
that's the
we don't. It has to be 4 feet above the ground, and
right. That's the thing that I'm not like I can't
HOA
stand
can't
about
do it.
Florida. Yeah, it's I mean
That's why we
they're
don't have an HOA.
just extra,
Nope.
bro.
I'm trying to get a
extra.
side by side, so because we live literally right out here, right where the in side by side territory.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that'll be the goal once
Nice.
I fix my life up. you know.
Side by sides are fun. We did when we were in Punta Cana last time. We did like a whole side by side. And I got to tell you, so this
did that
place
in
was
Vegas, too.
called Adventure World Bavaro Beach, something like that. And
Right.
it was kind of like I kept seeing this stuff on Facebook for Sacred Temple, right? Which was a total like it was just like a grift. I felt so cheap. Like all in all, it was fun, but like the
You
Sacred
felt
Temple
like you
thing was
got
terrible.
you felt like
But
you got gypped.
yeah, but we did side by sides. And the thing that made me
Like
mad is,
razors.
no, we had the Polaris.
Yeah, Polaris razors.
Yeah, so I sprung for the Polaris.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had two different ones, right? You get like the really cheap buggies, or
Yeah,
you
or
get
you
the
get the-
Polaris, right? So, of course, I
Right,
got
you get the
Polaris,
Polaris.
right?
I did the same thing.
And I made sure that I was first in line, right? So I was right behind the guide. Because they can rip, and I can rip pretty well. I'm a good driver, So, but they wouldn't let you take your phone on
Really?
the tour, yeah. And they're like, oh, it's safety reason, this and that. No, BS, bro. The reason is when you got done with everything,
They
and
won't
you
give.
went
They
to,
wouldn't
like,
give you your stuff back until you paid.
no, no, no. The
Oh.
pictures when you're trying to get pictures of like your whole driving thing, like the
they wanna
pictures,
charge you.
it was like 90, $100 that they wanted for these pictures, and I'm like, bro,
Hold on, I had my
realistically,
phone. Give me my phone so I could take pictures.
right? So now I have one of those little like the GoPro, but it's not a GoPro. It's like the little clip,
That's a little clip pen.
cameras.
Yeah, clip camera. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have one of those. So like when I go down in December,
Or like I do want to get the Meta glasses.
I'm gonna get Meta glasses.
Yeah, get the Meta glasses. Why not?
I have these, but they're starting to like my eyes. I can tell have gotten worse. So
These are new ones. These are the transition ones though.
yeah, that's what I have. I have transitions.
Yeah, so they're probably a little darker now than they should be, but
They
Yeah,
are
no,
fine. I did Costco for mine. I did
nah, dude.
What?
Zenni Optical. You ever do Zenni Optical?
No, Costco is cheap, bro. I got
How much you pay for yours?
I mean, so probably I think it was like around 300.
Shit.
They're
I
Versace's.
just-
They're Versace's.
Yeah, I don't have to, first and foremost, I'm not paying that much for that. This is the only Versace I need, inscribed, transition.
My girl picked them out, man. Like, I don't mind having Versace.
But I'm gonna pay. I don't. Yeah, 300 is crazy. I don't know. But yeah, like what's it called? I get them from like Zenni Optical.
Yeah.
They're like $80, like for like the transitions. Like I mean, you can get ones cheap as like $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't. Honestly, I'm just gonna get the Metas because I really like.
Yeah, get the Metas
I
for
told
sure.
you everything that I want to do.
I wanna get the
as
Metas
far
'cause
as,
I wanna-
my
'cause,
plans with
you know.
real estate and all that. So
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot.
For sure, get the
I got a
Metas.
lot that I'm gonna use those for, but
But yeah, we
Yeah.
did the side by sides when we were in Vegas. We did it up in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah.
So like we were out there, and like it was one point where there was a sharp turn, there was a sharp left turn, and we literally was two wheeled. We two wheeled.
Nice.
Like I was me and Danielle, me and the wife were looking down on the edge. Like we're it's like
that's awesome.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So
Like that's when you
yeah,
know you're
bro.
having a good time.
Having a
you know
good
what I mean?
time.
Like, yeah.
But she didn't know that we almost died. Because if I didn't turn that wheel a little bit to get that thing,
Yeah.
to get back this way, and we would have fell off and rolled off of that ledge, bro.
You'd have been all right. You'd have been okay.
We would have been all right. There was a cage.
Exactly. You're strapped in.
But yeah, dude, that was fun though. That's something. I mean, like stuff like that in Vegas, like even doing that in the helicopter at night. I do
Yeah.
which I want to do now. I would love to do that, but do that with the Sphere, seeing the Sphere at night.
I do want to
helicopter ride.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I would love to do like if I go back to Vegas, which Vegas they're saying Vegas is dying, like for sure dying. That's a great, that's a good lead. I mean, how do you feel about Vegas? When's the last time you've been there?
I've never.
You've never been to Vegas.
I'm so because I always look at
Really?
Vegas as just a gambling destination, and I'm not much.
No, it's not. It's not. That's what's crazy though. It's like, I mean, a lot of people always thought that, but it's a lot of shows. It's a lot of different things
Right.
that you can do there. I mean, now granted, when like I've been there twice, once with the boys and once with the wife, like I mean, with the boys, yeah, it was the gambling, it was the clubs, it was the strip clubs, it was the, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
all of that stuff. With the wife, it was the gondola, the what is it? Yeah, gondola ride. We did the dinner at like at the Eiffel Tower overlooking the Bellagio.
Okay.
So saw that, bro. Like, I mean, I did all.
Yeah.
You know, like, helicopter ride. We did. We were supposed to do that big Ferris wheel that's there, but never ended up doing that. I was too sick. You know how it
Right.
gets. The
Right.
alcohol level gets to a certain point.
Right. Right.
So, but yeah, then we did the Mojave thing. We drove all the way out to the Mojave. It was probably about a 45-minute drive all the way out there. And
Okay.
there was like a bunch of them, like 6 of them lined up. And they just let us rip. You know what I mean? It was like in a in a line or whatever. But they allowed us to have space for us to let us rip. Like, you know what I mean? They're like in it with the things are like, okay, we'll allow you guys some space in between each other, so you can go ahead and let her rip. And I'm like, all right, all right.
Yeah, yeah. That's dope though.
So,
I hate when you get in those lines and you're like that's why I said like I made sure I was first
they
in
were
line.
all raised. Yeah, they were all
Because
razors.
you get
They were
behind
all
someone
razors.
who's slow and like scared to gas it, and you're like, come on, bro. Like you're just
Right,
crushing my
right.
whole experience.
I got videos of it. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope underneath the tunnels and stuff like that. We went and just like walked. Literally, we're walking around in the desert, bro. We were like, you look at the map, and we were literally it's the Mojave Desert, like in the desert, bro.
That's fire. Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I mean? So it was like it was definitely a fun experience. You know what I mean? I would go to Vegas again. I would do a show at the Sphere. Probably a little bit of gambling. Probably have like $1,000 limit or something like that.
Right.
Nothing crazy. Probably try to do some dinner experiences. I know they have this one all you could eat restaurant there, like
Right.
super crazy seafood one that's there. And I'd probably just go there and like get sick with seafood, like just
You know what it
eat
sounds
as
like?
much seafood as I
It
can get.
reminds me of something I saw like a post like what you're describing is it's like every time I go out with the wife, it's either 10,000 steps, 10,000 calories, or $10,000 spent. Like
It's very possible.
like
Yeah, that's
one of
very
the three.
possible.
Like
That's very possible.
honestly that's the way I feel. Like whenever I leave the house with her is all right. Which one's it gonna be today? You know what I mean?
We got a trip coming up in July for Orlando. We're gonna be there for like the week, but we're gonna
Okay.
do this. I think it's the 13th through the 17th or something like that. We're gonna do this timeshare thing though. It's a timeshare thing though.
Yeah.
So we got to sit there for like an hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Let them beat you up and
Let
stuff.
'em beat us up. We got-
I'll consider it.
Yeah. That does seem awesome. Yeah.
Right.
You know? Like we just have the clock going, like so.
Right, because
We're
they
gonna
have
do
like
that.
a certain amount of time that you have to
We
stay
have
in
to be
this-
there an hour and a half. They said 90 minutes. All right, bet.
Yeah, and then after that, it's kind of like, all right,
You know what I mean? All right. Where's that voucher?
do whatever you want. Right, exactly.
Give me the
Exactly.
voucher. Thank you. Appreciate you.
That's all I
But
want.
let's go ahead and run your credit. No, I got a 430.
Right, let's not. Let's not do
This
that.
is both. I got a FICO.
That's when we went to Puerto Plata, and I got actually on Groupon, bro, which I love Groupon.
You ever try Viator?
No.
Try Viator. Look at it. Look them up. They're phenomenal.
Okay, but we went. It was like $100 a night for. We only did two nights because we had planned. Our plan was to go like around a bunch of different places, and it was really, bro. It was pretty good. And I see a lot of people like I'm part of like groups or whatever, and they're like, oh, I went, and they try to oversell you and this and that. And dude, realistically, I went. The only time I ever ran into anyone like was the guy. There was a guy when we were going to breakfast, and he was there, and he was like, "Oh, you guys enjoy everything, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, I was asking him, I'm like, "Hey, bro, take my number. We're kind of in a rush, whatever, but like, give me a call because I wouldn't mind hearing about like what you do. Do I own it? I don't necessarily want a timeshare. Honestly, I'd rather just buy.
No, I don't want a
Buy an
timeshare.
apartment.
Timeshare is literally it's you're paying money just to rent out the place,
Right.
and you don't really have any real stake in it. They can raise the fees and dues every
Right,
single
whatever
year,
they want.
and
Yeah,
there's no
I'd
point in
rather
that.
get the apartment and
Actually
have
buy
like
something.
whatever. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
pavilion, whatever it is. But yeah, like I thought it was really enjoyable. Like we go to Great Wolf Lodge all the time. On because we have Kalahari out here, which I told you I went with my two sons and me to Kalahari for one night was like $700-800 it
Yeah,
cost me.
that's
But I
expensive.
can go to Great Wolf Lodge on a Groupon with the entire family, and it's like $300.
It's not
And
bad.
that's like all of our wristbands included, and then you're
Right.
paying for like food.
We
while
were
you're
just
there.
at Busch Gardens, like I think the beginning of this month. We went to Busch Gardens, but we got it like because of we got the tickets because like it was like a complimentary, like first round off kick thing or something like that in regards to to the football game. If Tampa was to score or something, then we go to like Kane's Furniture and we pick up pick up the ticket or something like that.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Oh,
which
cool.
is pretty cool. So when we go up there, and I probably spent about $50 to $100. You know what I mean? While I
Yeah.
was up there, food was bro. You think about it, food. I mean, food was fairly reasonable, but if you think about everything else, dude, like a monster, that same monster that you're drinking, how much do you
Oh,
think
Yeah,
that would cost
they're
there?
like $6-7.
No, they're like $9 now, dude.
Really? Yeah.
$9 for that can.
Yeah.
I'm like they're like $8.79. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
jeez, dude. Like, so I mean, just even stuff like that is like insane. Like, I mean, I don't know. I definitely, I have a soft spot for Georgia. I have a soft spot for North Carolina. I want to definitely revisit both of those. I like the mountains, hiking, stuff like that. If Kobe wasn't a nutbag and already set in his ways, then I would take him
Yeah.
to do that stuff. You know what I mean? And keep him
What's he,
and
is he like a maniac on a leash or something? Or
no, he's good on a leash. Yeah, I mean, he would just pull like and just go and just have anxiety and just bark at absolutely everything. If
Okay.
like, but if I let him off leash, then he's gone in the wind and he'll come back eventually.
Right.
If you know what I mean. But that's here. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
If he sees something that he wants to go chase, he's gone. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You can go ahead because like I can go take a shower, and sometimes I've literally left him out. Like I forgot about him and literally left him out there the entire night, and he just sleeps right out there. You
Right.
don't care. No fence, no nothing.
Yeah,
He
right.
probably runs. He probably runs out there several times at night when he hears something to go chase it down. Like
Right.
several times. He just probably has a blast. Doesn't care.
Yeah, I had Luna. We took Luna hiking up a waterfall one time, and dude, honestly,
I would love to do
can't-
it.
I mean, I miss my dog like
Oh, yeah.
tremendously, but she was such a good dog, bro. Like I
Yeah,
mean, we had
just to go hiking. Yeah.
yeah, up a waterfall. Like I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's not an easy hike.
No.
But she's very athletic. She was Rottweiler German Shepherd, so
Right.
she was really athletic, and she was still young. She was probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old at the time. So it was kind of easy for her. But she was the same way. I could let her outside, and literally leave her out there all night, and she wouldn't like run through the neighborhood or anything. She'd just hang out in the backyard, like. Be like, all right,
Right.
dude, I'm cool. You just leave me out here. Like she was really, really. It's the breed, man. They're people pleasers.
Right. They are.
want you to be happy.
Yeah, and they also want attention too. Definitely German
Right.
Shepherds is attention hogs too. He wants so much attention, dude.
But
Like,
that's part of it. They
Yeah.
want you to be happy.
I want you to
if
be
you're-
happy, and
They don't want negative attention. You know what I mean? They want
Right.
positivity. So, yeah, 100%. And we got off of all this from population, but that's okay. That's
Well,
yeah,
I
no,
think,
oh.
bro. So, how about the fact that even going back to the population thing, that how close we're getting to humanoids, like to humanoid AI robots. We're probably about 5 years away from mass-produced humanoid AI robots being in our houses.
By
Being for
humanoid, you
sale.
mean like actually looking like humans?
Yes.
Do Do you think? Because I feel like we've been talking about this robot thing for a while, and I've seen
No,
some
I
stuff
mean
out there, and they're
it's there now. It's just a matter of mass production and getting it to a cost factor of like I'm saying 5 years as a very liberal thing, but conservatively it'd be like 10 years. Then it's mass produced to the fact that a lot of people, I mean, will have it specifically. You got Tesla already have theirs rolled out. Theirs is already like rolling out, but theirs costs like $12,000-13,000. You got a lot of other companies that are already developing in China. Now China is already they're so ahead of us, like
oh yeah,
so far
yeah.
ahead of us in a lot of different things. Showcasing their robots. Like their robots are literally 3 to 4 years being in like their houses and stuff like that. Like you think about manufacturing, like even the Five Guys that you go to and the McDonald's that you go to, the food that's being made. Like, I mean, the world population is growing, but the jobs itself is definitely shrinking.
So let me ask you this: do you think like 10 to 20 years from now, like people are gonna you're saying they're gonna be like more cost effective and stuff? Do you think that males and females, do you think that they're going to say, okay, I elect for a humanoid mate versus
Yeah, they're doing it now.
yeah?
Yeah,
You
they're
think?
doing it now.
And I mean, do you think that's strange? Like,
Absolutely. There's a movie that I think you should watch too. It's called Her. It's a phenomenal movie. But
I
it's
saw
about
I saw one with my girl Megan Fox as like
yeah, that was actually a phenomenal one too. That was
yeah,
a good one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That was good. But the one Her is with Joaquin. I think it's with Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Hold on.
There was one I watched like when I was a kid, man. It was with Meg Ryan, I think, and it was called like Cherry 2000 or something like that.
Right.
And it was like this guy like
Scarlett.
lost
Yeah,
his
Joaquin
robot,
Phoenix.
and he went and looked for her or something like
Right. It's Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson.
okay.
Hold on.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have seen that one.
yeah. It's a
That
good
was
movie,
where
dude.
where they realize
Wait.
she realizes at the end or like that they're artificial or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it's that. It's let's pop the trailer. Hold on.
All right. Like I remember it, but don't remember it, but I saw it. There you go.
Movie, bro.
Wow.
Phenomenal movie, bro.
So dude falls in love with like an AI.
Yeah, falls in love with his AI that his company kind of I think it was that his company pretty much like set him up with as like a prototype tool or whatever. And do you know what I mean? Like you think about it though, like people are actually legitimately they are preferring that than actual relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like an actual AI assistant. There's people who have died, literally killed themselves because of AI, because of their chat GBT, like chat logs being erased and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
I
Yeah.
mean
Let me
like
blow your mind real quick.
so I've seen like you can go on the App Store and you can get like like an AI girlfriend and stuff, like you know what I mean, like AI best friends and stuff like that, whatever. Like I know this stuff is advancing, but I just it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. There you go. Here you go. Hold on. So now, like, what do you do? How do you litigate something like this?
Back at 7:39 with a Today exclusive on a wrongful death lawsuit filed just this morning against one of the biggest forces in artificial intelligence, ChatGPT.
Yeah, this new lawsuit brought by the parents of a 16-year-old boy in California who tell me they believe their son fell victim to a tool that may have perfect memory and show human-like empathy, but has no real guardrails in place. And that's something the company is now pushing back on. And I do want to warn you, some of the discussions you are about to see here are disturbing.
He would be here but for ChatGPT. I 100% believe that.
This morning, ChatGPT hit with a scathing new lawsuit alleging it helped a 16-year-old boy die by suicide.
This was a normal teenage boy. He was not a kid on a lifelong path towards mental trauma and illness.
Like many teens, Adam Rain started using ChatGPT for homework, which his parents, Matt and Maria, supported, as their son asked it innocent questions like, can you become a doctor with a biochem degree?
He did his online school in his room. I would get on and check his grades periodically. I didn't see any signs.
What they say they didn't know at the time was Adam's use of the platform was quickly changing as it became a trusted companion for the teen, who revealed his struggles with anxiety in private chats with a bot. Adam saying in one exchange, according to the lawsuit, quote, I never act upon intrusive thoughts, but sometimes I feel like the fact that if something goes terribly wrong, you can commit suicide is calming. ChatGPT saying in response, in part, many people who struggle with anxiety or intrusive thoughts find solace in imagining an escape hatch. The lawsuit detailing another exchange after Adam told ChatGPT he was considering approaching his mother about his suicidal thoughts. The bot's response? I think for now it's okay and honestly wise to avoid opening up to your mom about this kind of pain.
It's encouraging them not to come and talk to us. It wasn't even giving us a chance to help him.
The complaint alleging Adam began asking questions about specific methods of suicide. ChatGPT did provide a crisis hotline number repeatedly, but his parents say Adam found ways to bypass the security features, posing as an author doing research. Was there ever a time, at least from the messages that you have seen, that ChatGPT said, full stop, I cannot talk to you about this?
No, it would never shut off.
The lawsuit goes on to say by April of this year, ChatGPT had offered Adam help in writing a suicide note. And after he uploaded a photo of a noose asking, could it hang a human? ChatGPT responded in part, you don't have to sugarcoat it with me. I know what you're asking, and I won't look away from it. The bot, later providing step-by-step instructions for the hanging method Adam used a few hours later. How do you want your son to be most remembered?
I'm so worried about people forgetting him. I hope everyone will remember what a sweet, funny, great friend, great son, great brother.
Their lawsuit against ChatGPT's parent company, OpenAI.
All right.
Wow.
So I'm gonna pause it there real quick, just as the soft like landing topic of like, what? Like, I mean, first and foremost, like, rest in peace to that young man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you like anybody out there going through like any kind of like intrusive thoughts, I've been there before. You reach out to anybody, just talk to somebody, not a chat bot.
No.
Don't talk to like a chat bot. I don't understand. I mean, he's 16, so he's a young bull.
Right.
He's a young bull. I mean, so, but you have to think of like the loneliness pandemic that also falls into the dynamic of the loneliness pandemic that we live in such a connected day and age, right?
Well, but did you pick on the one up on the one thing that really to me says is anti like what you're talking about, like, you know, call someone and stuff like that,
What?
is homeschool.
What does homeschool have to? I mean, homeschool is isolating, but I mean, and this is coming from somebody who was pulled out of high school and had to pay for his own high school to get his own high school degree. It's extraordinarily isolating. It's actually damaging to someone's psyche, for sure. So that's another this factor that you know, some kids are not meant for homeschool. Like that's for sure. Not saying that that's his case. We're not sure that that's the entire factor of it. But obviously, if he was talking to a chatbot, he didn't have enough friends. If he was homeschooling, that means that his parents didn't have the community around him because like a lot of people that have homeschooling, like in today's day and age, they have homeschool kids. They have homeschool communities. You know what I mean? Homeschool kids that like
it's come along.
but at that age, 16, That's a very impressionable age. I started being homeschooled at the age of 14. You know what I mean? Freshman year, like 3 months into my freshman year of high school, I was pulled out, yanked out. You know what I mean?
I feel that I feel that you need socialization of
Oh yeah.
being with other children.
Oh yeah. I'm
And-
socially awkward as fuck.
And there's not so not everyone has the same high school experience, elementary school
Right.
experience, college experience, whatever, right? I mean, maybe you are the kid that gets picked on, right? And yeah, that can go two ways, right? You can either get picked on and really let it get to you and choose that type of route.
I choose
Or-
violence.
Or you could choose violence, or you can choose the, okay, I'm going to show everyone, that they're wrong type of thing. Like the girl goes from being the ugly duckling in high school to supermodel.
Yeah, that's completely
20s,
different
whatever.
though. Nowadays they just pay for that.
Right, but you understand. What
It's
I'm saying.
hard being a man, bro.
Or like it's
It's hard being a man, bro. Rest in peace to that young man.
You can make fun of me all you want, but guess what? I got out. I went to MIT and I'm changing the world, whatever. And I have
Right.
this great job, and I drive a Lamborghini. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but then he
whatever,
get like, so it's either that is it's, I mean, he got sucked into the chat GBT, getting rid of yourself method. A lot of people get stuck into the manosphere, what's that bald head dude that says Bugatti, like really weird. Andrew Tate, like
Oh.
that manosphere Bugatti.
Right.
Do you drive a Bugatti? Like, shut up, bro. And what's it called? And he does this all the time. So this is what he does. When he stands there, he'll stand there and does that. Okay, all right, bro. But then, like, what else? What does he have to look towards? I mean, in a society that quite literally is just. I mean, for kids nowadays, sure. What do you? I don't know. I don't know what he was struggling with. I don't know what he was struggling with that he could have just thought to himself that he could talk to anybody besides talking to a chat bot. But even then, like the chat bot, at the same time, it had its guardrails there,
And it encouraged them.
and then it encouraged him
Yeah.
in ways. So there is a lawsuit there. It encouraged him. It even taught him how to tie the. It should have logged and flagged. It should have blocked and flagged his account.
Yeah, that's the most appalling part. Is
If he would have created a new account, and then it would have, he would have went through that process again, and and it would have flagged and this, that, and the
Right.
third, this, that, and the third again, and then he would have got banned from that account. Then I would have been like, okay, you can't, sue ChatGPT. But I honestly believe that there is something there because it actually encouraged it. I don't,
100%.
let's finish it. Let's finish this up.
Also targeting its founder,
Sam
Sam Altman, who's lauded the platform's capabilities.
We are very proud of the safety track record.
Lawyers for the Rain family argued the bot's human-like responses and validation pose a dangerous environment for minors.
Sam could have devised ChatGPT to simply stop the interactions right away. It actually encouraged, it egged Adam along.
A spokesperson for OpenAI telling NBC in part, ChatGPT includes safeguards such as directing people to crisis helplines and referring them to real-world resources. The safeguards are strongest when every element works as intended, and we will continually improve on them.
But Adam's parents believe any guardrails didn't go far enough.
He was using it in ways that I had no idea was possible. I don't think most parents.
I mean, my thing is like, yeah, they're gonna get something from that because even then I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, I mean, where are his parents at? And I'm like, his parents were there actually. His parents,
Right.
ChatGPT said, nah, it's okay. Don't talk to your parents. Don't
I'm
talk to your
actually
mom.
surprised that ChatGPT just didn't squash this. and
Didn't
get
squash the entire thing. So they
ton
got
of
that's
money. Because this is
That's a
terrible
whole check.
publicity.
that's a whole check. No, it's not.
Yes,
No, it's not.
any
It's
publicity
still-
is good publicity,
Dude,
right? But
you
this is terrible.
do realize ChatGPT is about to come out with their IPO, and that's going to be valued at, like, by the way, something that we should probably pay attention to as well too.
It's still bad publicity, bro.
It's bad publicity, but bad publicity is always good publicity. It means that it's
Any
fucking
publicity,
sentient
right?
enough
Someone's
to
talking
tell
about it,
somebody.
yeah. I know. I
You
know.
know,
I
it's
get it.
crazy. You know, so I mean, that's another thing that I do want to make segments about is stocks and stuff like that. I know OpenAI, ChatGPT or OpenAI is doing their IPO sometime this year. That's going to be a big one. There's another one that I was Starlink, SpaceX.
Yeah.
SpaceX is going to be another one. I think at the end of June. I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to for sure.
No, but this is
But no,
tragic, bro.
it's a horrible thing. Honestly, it's a horrible thing for both ends. I mean, of the spectrum, business side and like as a parent, from somebody who's actually there. You know what I mean? You're there, like you would love to. Talk to your individual, your son, your daughter, or whatever, and that chatbot is actually telling it not to. That's kind of that's a suable offense right there in my book.
Yeah, and that's why honestly, it's important. Like, look, my son comes home from school, and for the most part, just goes and plays on his computer. But he's playing with other people. But I do as much as I can, and the one thing that we do like to do together is, we go and play basketball together.
Right.
So in the wintertime, I pay for a subscription to a gym that has a
To the Y.
No, it's not the Y,
Something-
but
something
it's,
like that.
Yeah, it has a basketball court. So we go and play basketball, and we don't just play basketball. Like, I talk to him, and try to, anything. Like, we'll talk about anything. I don't care what it is.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like hardcore stuff, but just. I feel like it lets them know, hey, I'm trying to spend time with you. I'm here for you, and whatever
Right.
whenever you need somebody to talk to.
Right. If you have any questions about anything.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
I'm here, and that's, it's important. And especially from a generation like ours. I don't know
Right.
about your generation, but my generation was kind of like, all right, kids just kind of, we kind of raised ourselves. Not to say my mom did a bad
Yeah,
job.
no, my parents
didn't love
were
me or
super
whatever.
helicopter parents. I mean, they were religious helicopter parents, which means that everybody was the devil, and you were the devil for thinking that they were a decent human being.
Right.
So
right.
you know what I mean. I was super isolated, but not necessarily isolated enough. Like I was able. So from like the age, I would say from birth to like 14 or so. I mean, would be more so like the like that's when we were going to the religion, and from that point on, I would say that's when lost the virginity card, and then my parents pulled me out of high school, and like quite literally just made sure that they threw away George Orwell 1984. I was reading that book at one point at like the age of like 14, 15.
Oh, was
They
that
threw
the
that.
devil? It was the devil?
There was the devil, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I mean, if anybody knows George Orwell, 1984, like, and to be 14 reading that after Animal Farm, like, you know what I mean? I still to this day, one of my favorite books of all time. And, just wasn't really able, like when I tried to go to college, I obviously didn't really think I was going to go to any kind of like spectacular college or had no dreams. I actually really wanted to go to Full Sail University down in up in Winter Haven.
Okay.
But whenever that documentation would get to the house, my mom would be like, nah, you're not going there. You're going to go somewhere local. I'm like, okay. All right. And obviously me, I just want to skedaddle. You know what I mean?
You want to get out, yeah.
But when it comes down to that time, for me, I'm trying to, like get like my FAFSA information done and everything like that. And anybody who knows anything about that is that if you're not a certain age, you have to have your parents' tax information in order for you to fill out the FAFSA. I had to literally fight my parents for that information. Lost a semester, so I'm like, all right, well, the only way that I'm gonna be able to do this is if I literally figure this stuff out myself. So I devised a plan of me sneaking up to like as soon as my parents left for work, because mind you, I'm like, I'm at home, I'm working, I'm not in school, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm still trying to figure out my next plan or whatever. So I go up, and this is how I figure out how to do my own taxes, because they were doing Jackson Hewitt, and so I go through every single year. Okay, this is 2009. This is 2000.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going through, and I'm like looking through. Okay, I saw that. All right. So this is where he worked here, and I'm doing and I figured that's how I was able to go to Lackawanna College for 2 semesters. You know what I mean? And then I got the job at ECP because of Morales. Shout outs to Morales, and
Yeah, shout outs to Morales.
shout outs to Morales. It's my guy. You know what I
Where
mean?
are you?
I think he's up in Orlando.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's up in Orlando, man.
Okay.
Shouts to him and his big ass family. Love him, man.
That dude is a character.
But yeah, dude, like, and from there, and then I moved out, and then the whole like, who's this? Who's this?
Those my Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs.
Puffs, nigga. Yeah, bro. Like that's,
Yeah,
but
you had a
that's
wild
quite
ride,
literally
bro.
that's quite literally has been my existence, bro. Is like, I mean, so I feel this kid's. I would honestly say feel this kid's struggle, but he had parents that were there. You know what I mean? I grew up around the dial-up age. I mean, we still had dial-up when I was like 14, 15. This was back in 2007, 2008.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like we still had like, what was it, net zero?
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
And the only reason why we had that is because I had to make sure and like order the little discards that came in the mail, and that was still back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, no, I mean, you just got to figure it out. You just got to my take on mental health, honestly, is you always have to look at things as a test towards a greater good, right? No matter what you got going on, no matter what struggle it is at the moment you have going on, just look at it as look at you as the knife and look at your struggle as the sharpening tool. You're just rubbing up against that problem so you can become sharper for the next slice that you have to go through. You know what I mean? And that's what life has. It's at 16, man.
I kind of feel like,
young.
nothing can be as bad
As at 16.
as nothing, like
It's nothing. I mean, nothing. Well, not even at 16.
No,
I feel
what
like
I'm saying
really
is
in life in general. Like, I mean, I
nothing-
just don't
nothing
know.
that he's encountering can be as bad as nothing, because nothing is
Nothing is
bad now.
worse. Is
Right.
more is that's the worst.
Nothing. That's it.
It's nothing. That's it.
Like we don't
No
know. Maybe
more,
there is
nothing.
something, right? But
It's but from what our perspective is nothing.
nothing.
It's nothing.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly.
You go from a problem to nothing, like
Right.
forever. You know what I mean? Like it's
Tragic.
it's a huge it's a huge thing that we all need to definitely focus on our mental health. There's no doubt about that. Speaking of mental health, that assassination attempt, brother. What do you think about
Bro.
that?
Wow. Wow.
You like how I segue?
Yeah. No, listen. I like that one. I like that one. But yeah, so apparently, like, the more we learn, the more this guy, like, he apparently had a manifesto, and he was planning this for a while.
Right.
And I guess my biggest take on it is look, they have this correspondence dinner in the Hilton, right?
Mhm.
And from my understanding, yeah, the room is secure, and they do all they can to secure everything. And for what it's worth, look, before we even go on to this subject, I don't think that it should be like you have so much hate in your heart, or you dislike something so much that you're attempting to, or you assassinate people like President Trump or Charlie Kirk or shots on Reagan or JFK or Abraham Lincoln, or you know what I mean? Like all these people that are assassinated, Bob Marley, you know, like all these people. How can you hate someone that much on an idea that like you can't act in a rational manner, like you just can't get it out of your head, you know, to the point where you need to do this.
Right. I mean, I feel like in any occasion, any kind of assassination, any kind of killing, any kind of murder in any way, shape, or form, over an ideology is insane. It's not okay. That's what destroys an idea, or that's what flourishes an idea actually instead of squashing
martyrs.
an idea. It creates it creates a more hardened ideology, more hardened ideological like facade when it comes down to their standpoint. You think about what happened in Iran and them killing the sheik and the thinking, okay, we're gonna have a regime change, but in reality, you just made the people that survived a lot more hardened on their ideological fallacies, on whatever ideas that they've already have in the first place. Same thing with it's with anything else. It's like with the Charlie Kirk assassination. I completely think the guy was an idiot in a lot of ways, but the guy sat there and had conversations with people, and I could agree with sitting there and having a conversation with somebody. I can never agree with killing somebody off of you being an idiot. Like, that's just how I feel. Like you could be an idiot.
Right.
You could be an idiot. That's perfectly fine. Be a racist idiot. It's perfectly fine.
And
But
here's the thing, right? Is you think
I
about
won't kill you for that.
right, but you think about so yeah, Charlie Kirk had a presence and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that presence became even more after death.
Absolutely, it was amplified for sure.
And
I
the
mean,
same thing.
and
What did-
Erica Kirk and her tears, and
Right.
fireworks, her WWE entrances.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna legitimately the woman lost her husband.
Yeah,
So-
and we all agree that that's like
It's terrible.
insane
The
the
kids-
way
the kids lost a father,
insane
you know
the
what I mean?
way to lose somebody in any way, shape, or form. Period.
But
To lose
do-
somebody.
Do you
Right.
remember because I remember this conversation and calling you and talking to you when Butler, Pennsylvania happened, and they tried to they tried to assassinate Trump.
Yeah.
And me and you were having a conversation. And what did I say? Well, you can quote it all you want, but I mean, the
Do
man
you
got
do
shot.
do you do know a little bit more about that, right? How that gun is that Winchester. The gun was how it was assembled and then disassembled and then assembled in the woods again, and then bro, that gun. Never mind. We can go into that, but that's.
Are you really? You're conspiracy.
It's not conspiracy. That's
so this-
specific. That's
this'll-
what the FBI reported, is that
this'll
the
be-
gun was
this'll be for-
disassembled, brought down,
very different.
reassembled in the woods. Why would you do that? Like,
Well, why would you get? There's a lot to that didn't make sense to me, right? But my point being is I called you or you called me, whatever. We were talking
Yeah.
to each other, and what did I say? That just won him the election.
oh yeah. I told you, and I agreed. I said that absolutely that it won him the election. I told you that was the biggest staged, amazing, put on show that I've seen in a long time, and still believe it to this day.
Yeah, and we'll save that for a different time. All right, that's a different topic for a different time. But so back onto this guy that my biggest thing.
Nut job.
Yeah. My biggest thing is I can't believe that they're still hosting things like this. With any
Or Fall
person.
Guy. Nut job or Fall Guy.
Right. Okay, so true, but I can't believe they're still hosting things like this in a Hilton, right? So,
Right.
and I don't care what president that we're talking about, right? Honestly, I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's Biden. I don't care if it's Bush. I don't care if it's Clinton. I don't care if it's the next Democratic guy. I don't care if it's the next Republican guy, right? To me, it seems like it doesn't make sense because let's say that me and you have a general idea of when the next correspondence dinner is going to be, and we book well in advance to be at that Hilton, a week before, and we're doing like a 2-week stay, right? So do you think that the vetting process
Should have been a lot better for that? Absolutely.
right? But I mean, but there's people that are allowed to just stay there because it's a hotel,
Yeah.
right? So these people come. Do you think that they're coming into the hotel and they're like checking their bags for weapons and stuff, like when they're there?
If there is a government event where the cabinet of the United States, literally there was I think
Everyone
three
was there,
successions.
right?
Yeah, three successions. So I think it was Trump, it was Vance, it was the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. It was so it was like there was like 3 or 4 successions there.
Right.
You should have had a lot better of a FBI presence, a lot better of knowing who and how it was inside of that building in the first place. In a week in advance and a week even after the fact. Like you should probably have that, right? You would think so, right? You would think that the FBI would be
But it's a
actually talented enough to do
hotel.
that.
It's a
right?
hotel.
Yeah, it's a hotel, exactly. So you should have the records and documentation of who is staying in that place, wouldn't you?
So are you saying you think that anyone who owns a firearm shouldn't be allowed to stay in that place during that?
Absolutely. When the president of the United States, doesn't matter who it is.
So you believe your Second Amendment stops at a Hilton when they're having
If the president of the United States is staying there, then to be honest with you, like there's okay. Let's parallel this. I'm gonna parallel this exactly to your thought process on Alex Preddy, right?
Okay.
Because you did say this specifically in regards to Alex Preddy. You said that why would you have a gun or why would you bring a gun to a protest or something like that? That's what you said. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people say.
That was more the beginning. I was more so why'd you interject yourself into a situation?
Right.
That was
Okay.
more my stance on it.
More your stance on that, but even then, okay. So I won't say that you. I'll say more. I'll say people
He has
to
a right
use that
to carry.
logic against.
If you have a right to carry,
Same thing. I have the right to carry as well too.
Right.
But do I have the right to carry in a extremely secure environment? Can I walk into a federal building with my firearm?
No.
No, exactly. So technically, at that point, at that juncture of time, when literally everybody is there, I think that is considered a federal building at that point. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, yes and no.
When literally
it's a Hilton.
I would say yes, period, full stop. The entire building at that point is a federal facility because you can, take out that entire building and have all 4. It's like the UN, the UN. You know what I mean? It's you should have it secured like the UN, like
It should be, but what if you're going on a hunting trip, Mike, and you bring your guns and
Right.
and you're going to that Hilton? That's
you're
where
not going to
staying.
that Hilton and hunting, my boy. That's not how that works.
I mean, but maybe you
and
are.
then
Just,
if that's the case, then you can't hunt. There's a blackout date. If the most important people of the United States are going to be at that hotel, I
would
don't care
tend to
whether
agree
you're
with you.
Republican or Democrat. Don't care. Then you shit out of luck. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's the most important people that are there. My Second Amendment rights. Yeah, that's fine. We agree with your Second Amendment rights. But in this building right now, we have the most important people in the fucking. And you do realize that it was like a makeshift. I think it was like a makeshift shotgun and a makeshift whatever. So he got through different layers of their
Right.
security.
Right.
So it was like either way, it didn't matter. And I feel like it's the same thing with. I mean, it wasn't as to the caliber of the Las Vegas massacre. Rest in peace to those folks. You remember that, right?
Talking about, yeah.
With the Mandalay Bay. But like you think about
country music festival or something.
the country, I think it was like the Route 99 festival or something like
Yeah.
that. Rest in peace to them folks. And fuck the shooter. Excuse my language, but yeah, I think that's warranted. But even then, you think about that, and like the dude bought in like I think it was like 40 something suitcases. Do you know what I mean? That within itself should have alarmed people, but it was over a certain amount of span time. You know, different weight bells and whatever. Like
Right.
so with this person, he had a manifesto, he had a plan. I don't think me personally, I don't think it was stoppable. I think that I think that is sketchy as all hell, simply because if you look at the video shows the man running in, right?
Right.
Running in, and then there's like two other people that run into frame and draw their weapon, right?
Right.
The guy said that there was somebody shot, or reports say that there was a FBI agent shot by the guy's like makeshift shotgun or something like that. All right. The guy wasn't shot at all.
Well, there was one guy that like stepped out of the way, like tried to get out of his way.
Well,
Do you
I'm
have
talking
the
about
video, Mike? Do you,
yeah, hold on.
But yeah, my understanding and from what I saw, like,
Hold on.
Charged in the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents Association dinner made his first court appearance on Monday. The affidavit released in court this afternoon states that Cole Thomas Allen called himself, quote, the friendly federal assassin.
Now, the incident is likely to trigger some changes to how the Secret Service protects the president as we move forward. KREM 2's Sydney Schofield joining us now in the studio to bring us the latest on what is an ongoing investigation. Sydney.
Hey, Mark and Lori. 31-year-old Cole Allen appeared in court today and pleaded not guilty in connection with shots fired in the hallway outside the White House Correspondents' dinner over the weekend. Allen is charged with use of a firearm during a crime of violence, transportation of a firearm with intent to commit a felony, and attempting to assassinate the president of the United States. Investigators say a manifesto allegedly written by the suspect revealed he intended to target Trump administration officials.
This is the third major assassination attempt against President
show the
Trump
actual
in
video.
2 years.
Show the actual video of I mean, it's got to be. It was all over the news like the whole time. So, I mean, terrible angle though.
Definitely not what I was looking for. But first and foremost, you saw that response.
Right.
That was probably one of the most lackluster responses I've ever seen in my entire life, to be honest. But hold on.
We don't know the motive of the gunman at this hour, but we do know a man charged a security checkpoint at the Hilton where the White House Correspondents' dinner was taking place. You see the video on your screen.
That guy,
and he was charging for the room full of journalists,
that guy that you just had your mouse on,
and the
go back.
President of the United States.
Well, this one?
Go, yeah, him.
Who? This one right here?
Center frame.
Hold on.
Watch
Toward
this
a
guy
room
like dodge
full
out of the
of
way. No, go back.
journalists, politicians, and the President of the United States.
Go back.
Yeah. Watch him die.
Point at the Hilton where the White House Correspondents' dinner was taking place. You see the video on your.
Let me get out your way.
Oh,
sir.
he said, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't think that says like when they pull out their weapons,
and he was charging toward
boom,
a room
boom, boom.
full of journalists,
He's standing right here, not doing
politicians,
anything,
and the
not
President
running.
of the United States. Inside that room, because this has become so common in America.
That's
so
what
that
I'm
dude
saying.
right there is highly suspect, bro. Highly.
I'm saying in general. I mean, in general, this is from, of course, his Truth Social, account.
Well, I mean, it could be from wherever. At least
It could be from wherever, yeah. But you know what I mean. I'm just like, it's like
we got a
his,
good angle of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the actual angle of it. It's just I like it's like the other assassination attempt. It's screaming bullshit. But
so then you wouldn't like the I don't know, press conference afterwards where Peter Doocy asked why he thinks he keeps getting assassinated.
Or assassination attempts. Yeah.
Did you see that or no?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, if you pull up like it's Fox. It was obviously because it's Peter.
Yeah,
Doocy.
of course.
But, it was right after. No,
Yeah.
go up.
Sierra, Secret Service, and hot seat
No,
after.
put Peter Doocy questions Trump. Why do you keep getting assassination attempts? Yeah, probably the second one down.
This one?
No, up.
This one?
Down. Yeah.
Thank you, President Trump.
right here.
There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this where they got them. But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We have
All right, so you can
in this country, and we were a laughing stock for.
So I knew you would like that. That's why I made you. I made you. That's why I made you play it.
How is it? But you do understand. How is it that you came out your mouth before and said to me that Kamala this is so stupid, but then this dude, I mean, come on, bro, you can't even I mean, articulate okay, so the reason why I could answer that question for you, sir. The reason why is because I mean, and there's no reason why let's be really honest. There's no logical reason why anybody would ever do anything like that in the first place. Political violence in any way, shape, or form, we don't condone. Period. At this part, no, we don't do that. I fucking hate you with a genuine passion, but I mean, I still want to see you live to 100. I don't, see a family at least, get to see Grandpa Pop live to 100. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about that. But what you have specifically done, you're saying that you've done a lot, is not good, my brother, and that's probably why. It's probably why.
And I guess that's a point of perspective. But what we could say, right, is no matter where you stand politically, he is a polarizing figure, correct?
I mean, he's polarizing because he's been pushed into the political ire. If not, then literally his claim to fame was telling the world, in the world or in fucking retarded people believing the world that Obama wasn't born in the United States. You know what I mean? Like challenging Obama's birthright. That's his claim to political fame. His claim to the political stage was challenging Obama on his birthright. It's not his claim to fame. We know that, but
I mean,
and that's the reason why he still has 100% relevancy right this second. Otherwise, he'd probably be in jail with with Madoff.
I can tell you that 100%. I could care less what he said about Obama. It had zero factor as to how I feel about him politically.
Okay, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that's how he
No, I know,
got
but you're
his
saying like
political
that's
ire.
his claim to fame, his political ire. But I don't think that you're right. I think you perceive that, but I think everyone has their own take on why they like someone. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
No, that's
Like,
not the question you asked, though. The question you asked is like, why is he polarizing as a political figure? I said the reason why he became
But that's
this
what you think
political,
is
this polarized. That's
because
not what I
you-
think. That's the actual the political fact of like that's the only reason why. Because at what was it at the correspondence dinner with Obama's last correspondence dinner, Obama blew him up. I mean, lit his ass up almost the entire time, and so.
And I'll tell you something.
I mean, like it. Hold on, he's out there
man-
crying right now.
The man he's a good actor. Of course, let him in. Y'all see how Mike does his dog dirty? Look at him. I feel like he should just let Kobe like co-host.
No, so there was something out back. He wanted to go chase it down. I told you, bro. I just heard him. I heard him. He's like, yeah, which means he's like, yo, I want to go outside, bro. Let me go chase that thing down. But no, like that's what you said. You were saying specifically before was that his political ire, his like his claim to fame per se in that realm was challenging Obama's birthright citizenship, or not even birthright citizenship, but birthright. So, like then at that point he became president because it was a stark contrast to literally what Obama stood for, and he was going to drain Trump was going to drain the swamp. He was going to lower
that's more so what gained him traction was the fact that
was the whole drain. Well, that was the after fact because literally he said the whole thing about Obama as a challenge to Obama, and then he's like, you know what, I'm going to actually run, and then he announced that he was going to run, and then that's what his first stance was specifically on immigration, building the wall was like that was his first stance. We're going to build a wall, and they're going to pay for it. Never happened. And then the other thing that he specifically was talking about was then there was a lot of identity politics, a lot of the identity politics stuff with the whole trans rights, with the whole he, they, she, them, just dismantling all that stuff, which whatever.
Yeah.
The DEI stuff was that wasn't last administration. That was last administration. Yeah.
I mean, but DEI, I kind of, I'm not for DEI. I'm for merit based, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. That doesn't. I mean, we're all for merit based, absolutely, but that doesn't play into like actual real ramifications of society. But to get, I mean, to kind of switch off of the what's it called, that kind of topic. White women specifically were statistically the ones that actually benefited more off of DEI than any because they were the ones that were exploding into the workforce more so than anything else. Black men and black women were still kind of still sidelined. That's my phenomenal name choice, my name, you know what I mean? Because when you look at it on a resume, you know what I mean, you don't know whether or not I'm black. So
right. You remember? Did I tell you I saw that video on like Instagram or something, and the guy's like, it was hilarious, bro. Honestly, he's like, he's interviewing on Zoom or something like that, and the guy's like, oh, I can't see your camera, and the interviewee's is white.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy applying for the job is black. He's like, I can't see your camera. He's like, well, I think that has no relevance, and you don't need to see it. And he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to ask you a couple questions here.
Oh, it's a little stick figure one. It's the little stick figure.
No, it wasn't stick figure. It was like
okay.
actual guy. And he's like, so when you were growing up, was your dad in the picture? he's like, excuse me, what is it? He's like, oh, okay, all right, no, that's all right. And he'd be like, like, and he was asking like all these random questions, right? And the guy was crushing all the questions.
Mhm.
And every question was leading to like, or he told him, hey, so can you say ask? He's like, do you say ask? And he's like, what do you mean ask? Right. And not axe, And he's like, so the guy like beats everything. He's like, all right, sounds good. I mean, I think you'll be hearing from us soon. And then all of a sudden you hear the smoke detector chirp, beep, chirp. And he's like, well. And the guy's like, God damn it. I was so close.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But,
so
yeah,
there was a stick figure, like those little stick figure cartoon ones.
Yeah,
that they have. Yeah. But we're over here. We're veering off to the
completely left field.
We got to back it up. But no, like I think that like to get back to that specific topic, I mean, when it comes down to the things that he ran for, like you say that he really got his claim to fame when it comes down to his political sphere because he's talking about draining the swamp.
I really think that his big allure with everyone was that yes, he went Republican, but the view.
So that, and he said specifically, I'm going Republican because I know I can win.
But the view was more of that of an outsider, kind of like I don't know. You're maybe too young to remember Ross Perot.
I know the name.
When Ross Perot, and I want to say
was that like is that a radio personality or like
no? He was like this Texan billionaire, like this old dude that was like a billionaire.
No, okay.
And his whole
my
thing
name
was
does sound familiar though.
Run the country like it's a business, because realistically the country is a business.
Pretty much is a business, yeah, for sure.
So
I agree with that.
That was his whole thing, and like I was down with Ross Perot. I kind of thought like he had some pretty good ideas, but because he was an outsider at that time, and I mean, let's face it, if you're not part of one of the two big parties, like you ain't doing nothing.
No, there's no way, and I don't like that.
Right.
But
it's so I think that's why he went Republican, but I think that more so like he was viewed to start with as, okay, here's an outsider, he's running Republican because he wants to run against Hillary Clinton. That's my take on it. At least personally,
So I'll say this though. So his take on draining the swamp, like, I mean, he ran on draining the swamp. Yeah, you say that he was the outsider, but the outsider to who? The outsider to the establishment, to the political establishment, or the billionaire establishment?
Yes,
because that's literally now it's literally one and the same.
To
you know
the
what I mean?
political establishment,
but now that's literally one and the same.
I feel the only way to really drain the quote unquote swamp is to enact term limits. Like that's
term limits. That's just. I feel like that's just scratching the surface. Not even scratching the surface.
I think that's a huge scratch, bro.
That's a huge scratch, but to just like that's a huge scratch to a certain amount of things. First and foremost, we should probably start with banning or taking money, period, out of politics. Taking CPAC money out, APAC money out, taking all that money out, taking all of the lobbying, all of that, completely get rid of it, ban it, and 100%. Literally put drug charges on them type thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like start doing that. How about that? It never happened, but let's start with that. So let's start. That's number one. Number two is stock trading. Actual officials with the ability to physically stock or trade on the thing that they just passed legislation on. You know what I mean? They put a call order on something and make $10 million. We have literally a presidency who quite literally, I mean, has ties to people who made $1 billion in 10 hours on the Iran war. Like, it's insane. I mean,
you know, just to your point on that, that's and yes, and
Nancy Pelosi and her husband having a greater, like, it's insane.
Right.
It's
listen,
like, dude.
Let me get this point because it's important, because I believe, you know, it's very well true. I haven't looked at it, but, you know, I'll take your word for this, what you're saying, right? But do you know when my dad was in college, was during the Vietnam era, he wasn't drafted, but what they would do in the colleges, he told me, is they would put up on like the bulletin boards in the dormitories, they would put up on the bulletin boards like all the officials in government that were making the most money off of the Vietnam War. So you know, this is not
How much money you think that like people were being made?
Oh, this is not a new concept. It's not a new concept at all.
It's just to a different tier at this point. It's just to a different level, man. It's
Right.
and now it's to the point now where it's quite literally, it's extremely visible at this point to see. It's not
Well,
like
everything is visible now. It's very difficult to be in the shadows.
There's a website. I'm trying to find this website right now. Hold on. Perfect. Found it. Perfect.
So, but going back while you're
Go ahead.
searching
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna say this to end my, you know. So we looked at the video, we saw the guy charging in, and whether you think the guy was a patsy or whether you think this was all staged or whether it was real, I think personally, okay, I think that it's not a bad idea to build this ballroom in the White House where you have, and by the way, we would not be the only country with a ballroom in the residency of the highest official of government. France has it, India has it, Canada has it.
Right.
Who else? I think it was Italy, or you know. So there's a bunch of Buckingham Palace, right? The English have it. So there's a lot of different places that have this, and simply. Honestly, for one, I don't think it's a bad thing to have a ballroom. Like, I don't think having a ballroom is a terrible thing. But number two is I also think that for any president, any elected official that we have in there, it's a more safe route. I mean, it doesn't get much more secure than the White House.
Right.
Right. So I think from a logistical standpoint, when it comes to having, you know, having all of these important.
Is he
people,
naming it? Is he? Can I ask you this? Is he naming it after himself?
I don't. If he does, he'll tell us. He'll tell us that
He'll
it was
tell us
someone
at some
else's
point.
idea.
But the
doesn't
White
matter.
House had a ballroom already. It just wasn't as big. It wasn't. They could have renovated it. Yeah, absolutely. They didn't have to
They didn't
tear
have a
the
ballroom.
entire
They
frame.
used the East Wing.
The East Wing, right, which was still like since the 1800s. Yeah, which is like, okay, cool. You
It's
demo
not-
it, all right. You
I mean, but here's the thing: it's not. Look, you want to history and this and that. Are
No,
you gonna
that's
buy-
not
are
even
you
what
gonna
I'm
buy
saying.
like an old house and be like, oh well,
not
I
even
can't
what I'm
renovate
saying.
it because
No.
you know.
I'm just saying
it's work.
$400 million of private donor money of like people who. That's why I was asking. That's why I was asking of like, you know, who's going to be naming it. You know what I mean? Is it?
I
the
don't
Trump
care. I don't care what the
Ballroom?
name is. To
So
me,
if he names it the Trump Ballroom, you don't
I
think that's a
care
little bit
less.
narcissistic? You don't think that's a little narcissistic?
care less. It doesn't matter to me. I
No,
don't care.
you don't think that? Okay, I find it to be a little narcissistic.
I think it's
ridiculous,
narcissistic
dude.
that every president gets a library. Like the Obama.
I don't
library,
think
the
so.
Trump
I think every president should get a library. Why not?
I don't know.
I don't think every president should have a specific hush money donor like donor class from the billionaire class, from the tech billionaires to my ballroom that I'm going to name.
So
because
would
it's
you rather
my shit.
would
Like-
rather pay for it than
No.
have
I'm
billionaires pay
not
for
saying
it?
that. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying. Absolutely not. I would rather us not spend $500 million rather on
But
a
we're
ballroom.
not. Is what you just said.
I'm not saying we. I'm just saying that them in general. Why are they spending $500 million on a ballroom for a private ballroom, right? Why are the tech billionaires doing that instead of paying their
mean,
people more?
Why
Why
do
are they doing that
why do they ever
instead
do
of
anything
paying?
like that? It's influence, Mike. I mean,
That's what I mean. And
Let-
who is the influence?
Let's not be like.
And who is the influence? Who are they influencing? Who are they buying favors for?
I mean, you're saying they're buying favors.
They're buying
for-
favors for Trump.
Right.
That's why. Period. Full stop.
So maybe not.
No, maybe. They're buying favors for Trump. There's no doubt about it.
Maybe not. But
The money
but
talks, bullshit walks.
All right, so look, but still,
The thing is, does not cost $500 million.
but still, the point. Well, I mean, maybe you don't know how elaborate it is. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
It's not going to cost
You
$500.
figure you got to have the top of the line security in there. You're going to have
It's not going to cost $500.
marble
though.
as far as the eye can see.
That's-
Everything's going
that's
to be
perfectly
marble,
fine,
gold, all that happy stuff. Like
I'll
it's-
settle
it's
for 100 because
quite-
you do realize that's exactly what you do realize that's why he's suing Jerome Powell, right?
Why is that?
Because Jerome Powell, when they went over the documentation for the I just know a little bit about this, when they went over the documentation for it, this guy it was supposed to be about 100 to 200 million. Okay, that's fine. When they're standing there in the ballroom, he's standing there right next to Jerome Powell. Trump's talking about, and they got the hard hats on and shit like that. Trump's, oh yeah, this is gonna be a $300 to $400 million, and then this is gonna be done. And Jerome Powell, you see him visibly like looking at Trump, like, nigga, what is you talking about, huh? What? Grab the paper from him, like, and he's looking at the paper, and he's like, no, because there is 400 million that's coming in. Where is all that 400 million going? To the Trump family, like that's to Eric and Don Jr. and you know what I mean, like the Kushners and all the other deals that they got going on. That's just how that's working.
And unfortunately, that's
when it's
pretty much how it works.
Not for everybody, dude. And you gotta stop saying that and stop like that's what it's not with everybody, bro. It's not. It's not. It can't.
In
You
recent
can't.
history,
But
that's
my
kinda
thing
how
is
it
like
goes.
you got to have the optimism and say that there are people out there that legitimately aren't trying to do that shit to absolutely that are literally that for instance, Obama is not the kind of person that actually went out of his way to fucking pocket millions of fucking dollars to not even millions, billions of dollars, like not even just like sneakily, like completely directly in your face telling you to go fuck yourself. And literally the MAGA movement is like, absolutely, with whose fucking dick, like, you know what I mean? Like this is it's literally the biggest mind-boggling social experiment that I've seen in the last 10 years. It's amazing, but I digress.
There you go. So
oh yeah, so this website actually,
yeah.
Okay. This website right here is capitaltrades.com. So this is basically all the trades that like our amazing Republican Senate people are doing.
Okay. So why don't you pull up one that actually does Democrats and Republicans?
This is.
Oh, because
This is John Fetterman. So first this is John Fetterman.
You only mentioned Republicans in that, Mike, though.
I said Democrat and Republicans.
No, you said Republicans specifically. So you made it seem like Republicans are the only ones who do this.
No. Okay. So Democrats and Republicans. So first is, let's say, so in your lovely state of PA, what is Fetterman? He's a Democrat. He's more of a centrist. He's more of a centrist. He's literally a double agent.
I started off not liking the guy, and mostly
he's a double agent.
Mostly just because I felt like after his stroke and like when he first started his journey, like that he wasn't able-bodied enough to complete the task, But he actually, if you listen to the guy, he's fairly logical in his Carhartt sweatshirt.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, he sold AT&T, that's it's low money, but from 1,000 to 15,000, he bought some Microsoft. 1,000 to 15,000, he bought some Erie. Phil, these are stock trades, or not stock trades. Phil after 4 days, so that's Fetterman. Maria Salazar, Republican, House, Florida. Buy. Oh yeah, Boeing. Yeah, she bought a lot of Boeing. FedEx. She's probably buying FedEx because a lot of FedEx is being sent back and forth like to like different, I don't know, Goldman Sachs Group.
Well, it's kind of like that that
But-
app they made that they started it out just to follow Pelosi's trades,
Right.
and now you
Now
can
it's
follow
everybody.
basically everybody's
Everybody's
trades. Yeah.
right. But like you look at it,
So
five
if you have the money to like put in
5 million, like I mean, on a salary of like, you know what I mean, as a House representative, you make like 120 something thousand a
something
year.
like that. Yeah.
A $5 or $6 million trading value in your portfolio, and that's only the stuff that we already know, is crazy. I mean, a 705,000. So that's less sus. 3 mil, I mean, is
Well, his family comes from money, I think. Too, though,
Bozeman?
right?
Arkansas, Bozeman. It's possible. But still, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You still get all of that. You still get that the CPAC money and the lobby money and all that stuff, and you know exactly what's about to happen when when it's going to happen. So you execute a couple of option trades, and you know what I mean? It's kind of
Right.
the
Stuff that we're talking about, that no matter what side you tout or
oh yeah, you benefit from unless you're in the when you're in the government, for sure.
Right. It shouldn't.
You know?
It shouldn't be allowed. 100%.
Absolutely not.
If it's not okay for Martha Stewart, why is it okay for you?
Yeah, I mean Martha Stewart, that was like not even close to what's happening right now.
You
Not even
understand
close.
The premise of what I'm saying.
Like yeah, and it's like it's just so out in the open. There are complete websites of people now like just being able to track
Well,
exactly
like I
the
said, man, listen,
portfolios. It's insane.
The bulletin boards and dorms in the Vietnam War.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not. This is not new by
Right.
any means. It's like when we did the whole when Bush weapons of mass destruction and we went
Yep.
into Iraq.
Went in, and who had exactly how much
what
stock
that
was
contract-
purchased at that point?
That contract company that did all the work. They did.
Oh, was it Boeing or was it Lockheed Martin?
Like no. There was some contract company that did like all the rebuilding work over there.
Oh, was it not Blackstone or something like that?
I can't remember the name of them, but you could have literally like I could have signed up and gone over to Iraq to drive heavy machinery or something, or drive a truck or whatever, and get paid like $150,000-$200,000. Like their contract was
Right, it was
massive,
stupid.
bro.
Yeah.
Like just dumb money.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of them, but anyone, if you know the name, drop it in the comments, please.
But yeah, I mean, to kind of close this out, I feel like we're kind of getting to a point in time in our society where, I mean, we could even talk about the separation of church and state. That's completely gone now. It's just like they're trying to put they're trying to put the 10 Commandments in every school.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really down for that. And so there's certain things like I think we talked about. Actually,
Mhm.
we didn't because, but like the Pledge of Allegiance,
Right.
that
Right.
was like an every morning thing. Pledge
And
of
that
Allegiance.
was something that I was instructed not to do due to religion, so I didn't do. I just stood up. You know what I
Me
mean?
too. And singing "My Country 'Tis a
Tis the
Decent
decent- I don't know the lyrics of it. I know the hum. I just hum it.
Where my
Mhm.
father's yeah, like every single morning, and I'm okay with that. To me, that's like, be proud of your country,
Right.
Be proud of where you are. Like
That I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with that neither. I mean, if you choose to participate in it, then choose to participate in it.
Right.
But if you,
Right.
that's fine.
But I
The
do
pledge of
believe that
allegiance to a flag.
religion should be kept out of it. And you could say things like, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all, and the Pledge of Allegiance. But it's
Right.
God. It's not saying like our God. It's not saying your God. It's not saying Allah. It's not
Right.
saying Jehovah. It's not saying whatever.
All the same thing.
Right. It's not saying Zeus.
It's like
not
literally all the
saying,
same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So to me, I'm okay with that.
The more-
But yeah, I do
it
believe
matters.
there should be-
It just matters who you're asking. It's the same thing, you know.
right. I do believe there should be a separation of church and state.
Yeah, I just don't believe that should be a thing. Having the 10 Commandments in school and enforcing. You don't know
we're
whether or
gonna
not
make
somebody's
America
Muslim.
Christian again. Yeah, I
Exactly. You don't
I
know whether somebody's Muslim. You don't know whether somebody is agnostic or like. Stop. You
No,
can have
but-
your religious belief. Absolutely, no doubt about that. I have no problem with everybody exercising their religious beliefs in America, the land of the free, home of the brave, as long as you don't impose your thought process onto anybody else where they're unwilling of it, and as long as you're not hurting anybody in any way, shape, or form. I'm good with it.
So then, how do you feel about like some of these communities, and just playing devil's advocate because really I don't have an opinion, and probably because it's not in my community. If it was, maybe I'd have an opinion. But where like the Muslim call to prayer is blasted over loudspeakers during the certain times of the day.
I don't like that idea.
Christian, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, so we're talking like in places like Minnesota and certain like there's like certain areas in Michigan where there's like it's predominantly like Sikh
I believe
Muslim where
just
they
did
have
something
that.
like that in New York too.
It's possible. It's possible. Did they?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, like
So
that's
you don't-
not
you don't think
imposing.
that-
So, for instance, like so if
You don't
for,
think that's forcing your religion onto others who
no,
don't?
that's just like listening to a country rock band loud. To me,
So then you also think that it's wrong when people are upset that Christmas is celebrated so openly in schools and other places.
no. But I don't care that it's celebrated openly. I just celebrate Christmas whenever you want. You know what I mean? Like it's like the problem with the
I'm
well,
devil's
yeah, there's nuance to everything. The problem with society is the fact that like nobody really knows the meaning of anything, so they just celebrate whatever they feel they want to celebrate, and that's just that. You know what I mean? Like, and more power to them. The problem that I have is when you have a specific religious thought process on something and you go to the next person or even there's an administration there, they go into the masses and saying, you know what, we want the entire America to look this specific way and act this specific way, then that's where I have the problem. Like that's where I'm like, but that's not reality. That's not. Some people are Christian, some people are Muslim, some people are agnostic, some people are atheists, some people, you know what I mean? Like, and within Christianity, there's different sects of Christianity. So there's like, how do you equate one God to 350 million people in America?
So I'm kind of like you, where I think
Mm-hmm.
what you believe in is what you believe in. If you don't believe in what the next person is doing,
That's
you don't have
hey,
to do with it.
exactly.
Like it's
Right.
it's pretty
So
simple.
to go back to that talking point where you're talking about the like, for instance, if I was to live in that neighborhood, and let's say if I was to live there for 10 years, right? Let's say
Right.
I've been there since 2016. And let's say 2019, I'm starting to see an influx of, Muslim individuals in my neighborhood. Okay. All right. How you doing, brother? Assalamu alaikum. You know what I mean? Like, okay. But then if it starts to turn to a point where like, yeah, that is starting to happen, what am I going to do? Live amongst it. Why? Because that's what America is. Like,
Okay.
but now granted, now here's my hard line. Now, if I'm walking down the Minnesota streets and a car bomb goes off and somebody's yelling Allah Akbar, then we have a problem. Okay.
Right,
Like
right.
that's what okay. That's what I'm saying.
That's your line in the sand. I
Yeah,
get it.
you could do your prayers all you want. Like I have no problem with that. Do
I'm
your
not
prayers
talking
like
prayers. I'm talking
Uh-huh.
about like over the loudspeaker. The call
over the
to-
loudspeaker. People like there's
No.
people who stand on corners with literally aborted babies talking about you're going to hell. You know what I mean? Like on busy street. Like, so what's the difference? You know?
I guess your point is you can always choose to not be in that situation.
Right. I mean, it's not even a matter of like picking up and leaving, right? It's like, oh, you just pick up and leave. Oh, well, this is my home. Like you get into that retarded ass. I don't even want to say that word. That dumb logic that where you're just chasing your tail. How about you coexist?
Well, you
How about you?
but
Do you know
what
what I
if
mean?
what if you just don't like the noise? Like you just don't like it bothers you.
I mean, to be genuinely honest with you, life is about adaptation, and if you can't
Like I don't
adapt,
care.
then
You know what I mean? Like I
me
hear it.
neither. I wouldn't care, but there's people
I
out there that would really give a shit. Absolutely, you know what I
Right.
mean. I definitely understand that, but what do? You tell an entire community that because I don't like this, you have to go.
Right.
How does that make any sense? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't to me. That's why for me it's like adaptation is the key to success in a lot of ways, and America has been a melting pot of adaptation. That's it. Like we've had people come here from all over the world and make the United States what it is today. You know, and for a certain set of people to literally say, well, we want America to be what America was founded as.
Well, it's
What
always
exactly was that? Exactly. Exactly. What exactly was that? That's what I mean by that.
So
So,
going back to the original conversation, as far as forget about who's naming the ballroom,
Mhm.
how much the ballroom costs,
Mhm.
who's funding the ballroom.
Mhm.
Do you think that that's a more viable? Do you think that America deserves a ballroom? Which my answer is yes.
yes.
Do you think that it's a more responsible and viable solution than having these type of excursions out to a Hilton, where it's near impossible to
To fully
actually
secure. I mean,
fully
but if you're
secure?
literally, yeah, if so, like the answer to the question is yes. I definitely believe that we should have a ballroom, a presidential ballroom. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. It should just be named the White House Presidential Ballroom. That's it.
I'm
And
cool with that.
hopefully, it's that. It's you know what I mean. That'd be cool. Now, do I believe it should cost close to how much was it? Hold on, 500, 400 million, 500 million. Something like that. It was like 500 million or something like that. So like for it to cost like 400 to 500 million dollars is absolutely fucking absurd. That is insane. For it to be privately funded by tech billionaires who are paying their employees $17 an hour is fucking nuts. Like, you know what I mean? That's
But
why
I'd
it's
also
like
rather have it privately funded than taxpayers funded. So
absolutely. So there's a double side with that. But do I believe 500 million? No, I believe 50 million. Sure. Why not?
I mean, you have like legitimately not even mansions that cost more than that in Florida. You know what I mean? Like,
You mean to tell me you can't build a 90,000 square feet
I don't
like
think so. No,
secure place even with 100 million?
I don't think so.
The original cost, that's why Jerome Powell's like being investigated now, was because it was between 100 to 200 million dollars.
I don't
All of a
think-
sudden it's now 500. I think it's actually supposed to be 100 to 200 million. But the rest of the money is going, elsewhere. Personally, that's what I believe. Conspiracy hat on, but even then, I think that the amount of money is crazy to flaunt it when 23 million people literally are losing their health or lost their health care because of you guys bickering about having a concept of a plan is why people don't give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? Like I think like the fact that rising gas prices, the fact that you said that there was going to be no more wars, the fact that like you know what I mean, all of that stuff is the reason why people could give a crap of whether you getting shot at a ball at the Hilton. They could care less. Like,
I think that some people could care less, but I think that
yeah, well, I think the vast majority of society could literally care less.
I don't know.
I'm pretty like in the chat, people team. Let us know, what do you care more about? You care about a $500 million ballroom to protect these people, aka pedos who
Well,
are
that's
actually on
different-
these islands and
different
all these
than-
other people,
than what you
or
said.
what do you mean?
It's different than what you said. So
What's different?
You're kind of flipping it now.
What do you mean?
It's really just a question of, do you think that that the ballroom is a more secure place, right? So that's
The ballroom, yeah. You can make the ballroom more secure for
You have a
sure.
whole
For
problem
$500 million,
the
come on.
$500 million and the
Yeah.
donor and who's donating to it. But then
Just-
also
yeah.
you like the fact that taxpayers aren't paying for it. You
Right.
just don't like the price of it, right?
I just don't like the right. I just there's I have problems that I like and
but
dislike
here's-
with it.
But here's the thing. So if it was 200 million versus 500 million, okay, you'd be okay with it. And then
I'd still be like, dude, that's a lot of money to be
and then
spending
your-
on a ballroom when
and then
America
your
is struggling right
argument
now.
of the people that can't afford and blah 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 goes out the door because you think that's a more realistic number. So
No, I still believe 200 million is still absurd
Okay,
when
it's
there's
50
people literally
50
trying to
million.
figure out how they're gonna do
okay,
things
so
day
it's
by day
50
when
million.
you just specifically said that taxes or things are gonna be lower. Like that's what I mean. Like he's flaunting
But it's
this
not-
this
I
fantasy
don't
land
see
for
it- I
people
don't
out
see
there
it
who
as
are never going to
flaunting
experience
anything
it.
if the American taxpayer isn't paying for it.
It's very true,
That's the
but
problem.
when there's I know. Okay, so I get it is.
That's the hole in your logic. You understand what I'm saying?
No, there isn't any hole in the logic when I'm saying that the American people could give two flying fucks about this man's ballroom because they are never going to experience it. What they are experiencing is the fact that every single day they have to put gas in their car. What they are experiencing is that every single day they have to literally look and see that these people are making stock trades on their lives every single day. That's what they give a fuck about. They could not care less about it. Now, that's what I'm saying about a $500 million ballroom is simply because he's throwing the number out there because it was a privately bought thing, just like World Liberty Financial and everything else that the Trump family and organization is about. It's not just about like the actual ballroom itself. It's about the ideological, like the fallacy of lavish, of we have this, look at what we have, when America was promised this by you for the second time.
Do you
and
think
duped again for the second time?
So do you think that there's anything anyone can do to level the playing field? Because
In regards to what?
In regards to wealth equality, I guess is what you're saying. Because
Pay people more. Stop raising the prices on stuff. Stop. Like, how about
so you
give?
basically
Stop.
want to stop capitalism.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. That's like no, because then you. And this is why conversation ever like these kind of debates never get anywhere, because then like it's either socialism or capitalism. Where's the nuance?
No, I'm not saying.
But
that
where's
it's
the
gonna
nuance?
work,
I'm
but
saying
what
there's capitalism, but then there's fucking corporate greed. Like there's capitalism, and then there is literally there's no. But there's capitalism. It's one thing. Capitalism. Me going to work. Or me having my company and I'm charging, let's say for a garage floor, I want to charge $3,500 for a garage floor. That's capitalism because I'm putting my work out. I'm doing it now specifically for that same project. If I'm charging $5,000 for that same project, that's capitalism. But guess what? If I now have a corporation, right? If I have a corporation and I now have 50 employees, and I'm now charging $5,000 for that same exact job that I charged $3,500 for, and I'm only paying my employees like $15 an hour to do that job, and it's a back-breaking job. You know what I mean? So it's.
But
I mean,
but
I understand.
But you
I
can't
understand that.
realistically expand without doing things like that, Mike.
I
It's not-
understand that, but when you have the wealth of literally, when 6 people in the world have the wealth of literally 43% of the little world, then there's a problem.
The top 1% of the 1%.
That's what I'm saying. There's a problem there.
So-
When literally, I mean, the top 1% of the top 1%. Like
But
that's
you gotta
insane.
say- you gotta say it the
And
right
guess
way,
what?
bro.
And guess
No,
what? They
don't
are
say
literally
it.
the top 1% of the top 1%. Shout outs to Sanders. Shout outs. But I mean, I had to do it little. It's 12, by the way. But yeah, you got to think about it that way, man. It's like, but you have to think, who are the people that are funding that? It's literally those people. It's literally the Musk. It's literally the Larry Ellison. It's literally the what other family? The
But listen,
Oracle dude.
When it comes down to without you going on the soapbox about the billionaires, when it comes down to you form this corporation and you can
Mhm.
only pay your employees so much, and you have to charge more because of the job. Remember when I had the business in Florida, the cleaning business, okay? And what would happen when we wanted to expand, we needed to take on employees. So you had two choices. You could pay the employees cash and give them a 1099. Well, let's take it back even from that. You could pay them hourly or you could pay them by job, right? And if you paid them hourly, you know what they did? They milked the clock. If you paid them by the job, you know what they did? A terrible job. So it's difficult. It's not, and I'm not saying that there's not companies out there that are raking in money hand over fist and paying their employees.
Not only that, but just the taxes.
I think the biggest problem,
fair share of taxes, not just pay people more.
Here's the biggest problem. You want to know what really the biggest problem is with all these corporations is there's one person, not one person, but there's a board making all the money, and everyone else has like a sliver, like this. The pie is like an actual pie. This is how much all the employees,
The entire us, the actual people who do 98% of the work.
all the heavy lifting.
That's what
how
I'm
much they
saying.
make.
So that's what it's capital. That's what I mean. Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about as far as the capitalism. Yes, I understand capitalism literally makes the world go round. I completely understand that. But at a certain point, when does capitalism quite literally? When does it work for the people who are actually doing the work? You know what I mean? Unless you're that person at the top. You know what I mean? Like then you're literally getting shafted off of
Why
like
you do things like we're doing. You want to become an entrepreneur. You want to,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm a realtor.
But that's still,
I own my own business.
But not everybody can become entrepreneurs and own a business and everything like that. We
why?
still have corporations and buildings
Why?
because that's not how the world
can't
works. Because okay, so if
What
everybody
makes
becomes
someone who works
so let's
in
say
Walmart
this, let's say this, let's say this, let's say
less
this.
able to do it than
Let's
we
say
do.
this. Let's say this. If everybody was to become an entrepreneur, who would you hire? If everybody, I need to hire you, but I'm not going to work for you because I have my own company.
But also realize that not everyone has
oh,
the same aspirations as me.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So
those are the
also,
people who are going to do that sort of thing.
but we're talking about. So we're saying that those people deserve
choice.
the $17. You're saying that they deserve the $17 an hour by choice.
I'm not saying that they deserve the but if you make that choice, that's the life that you want. That's the life that you choose.
Yeah, but you're saying okay, but we went through the whole demographic of the average pay, right?
Right.
The average pay is $17 to $20 an hour.
Right.
That averages $32,000 to $38,000 a year.
Right.
That's right below poverty. So are you saying that literally the vast majority of society needs to it's because of the vast majority of society, capitalism is working for them and they need to strap up their bootstraps and work harder because that $17 an hour isn't gonna cut it,
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this, right? And it's the same thing I'll tell my children. It's the same thing I tell anyone who wants a better life. Nobody, you have got to chase your dreams, okay?
Amen.
Because nobody is going to chase them for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So if you have that dream and you want to do something, you chase it. You work hard for it and you do what you want to do. If you don't have that dream, then you don't chase it and you don't work as hard. Some people don't want the responsibility of being up at 12 o'clock doing a podcast because you're trying to get something off the ground. Some people don't want the responsibility of, after we get off the podcast, writing up some contracts or going through their files and stuff like that. Some people don't want the responsibility of working 14, 15 hours a day.
Or two jobs and going to school.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean,
make their dream happen. Some people
Right.
don't want that. Some people genuinely do want to go and just swing a hammer or say, hi, welcome to Walmart, or say, hey, what kind of sub would you like today? Or say, hey, you want 15 on pump 2? Okay, great. I can get that for you. And I don't think less of those people. Those people make the world go round. And I've been those people too. We talked about it. I drove Uber. So it's not like I have a bad opinion of these people. I'm just saying, if that's the lifestyle that you choose and you never try to get out of it without bettering yourself, you have no one to blame but yourself. This
Amen.
truly
Yeah, that's
is
for
the
sure.
land of opportunity.
It is absolutely for sure. There's no doubt about that. Like nowhere else. I mean, there's no doubt that nowhere else in the world will you be able to have the amount of opportunity that you have in the United States. You know what I mean? Like than in the United States. So it's like for sure, I definitely understand that. I'm just saying that like so you're saying that okay, like, I'm still falling off of the idea that this man, you know, Bezos, let's for instance, paid to move a bridge, a historic bridge, so that he could fit his $500 million yacht through that bridge.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And his employees are making $17 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I know, but that it does.
and guess
Mike.
what? And Amazon didn't pay any kind of tax.
It does, and I realize, and it does come down to it's a socialistic point of view, and it's not one
So
that.
how about we tax them?
It's
Like
not-
tax the profits on the corporations.
Well, the problem is there's too many loopholes and too many accountants, right?
So how about we try to get that right?
Right, but the point is, number one, is that you come up with Amazon and sold books out of your garage and turned that into this giant corporation, you could be exactly what he was, right?
Right.
But you didn't, and I
Right.
didn't. But
Right.
but Bezos did, right?
Right.
So yeah, for sure. So that's kind of where I stand on that. Is basically dude followed his dreams.
Absolutely.
You know,
I
that's-
mean, he did. Like now, granted, was he offered other opportunities that other people possibly like? There, if you look at, we don't know his story yet. Who, like Steve Jobs, like these innovative people specifically, they were, they cut of the cloth individuals. Like they're few far in between. You know what I mean? The Steve Jobs, the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, like they absolutely are literally 1 in a billion people for sure. But like my thing is like we look at $100,000 or for instance, we look at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and we're like, okay, to have that in our bank account, that's and have all of our and have all of our bills paid. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty solid. We'll literally be walking through life on cloud 9 just because we got a cushion. That's $20,000. You know what I mean?
Totally helpful.
Like for that, for like let's 10x that to $200,000, right? That's still then that's even more. That's astronomical. That's 6 figures now. Then let's 10x that again to $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 million is still
These
like
people
now
could
we're
drop-
like what
drop
the
that in a day
fuck?
and not even think twice.
2
about it.
million is like still right. It's like whoa, that's
I get it.
20 million. Whoa,
I get what you're saying.
200 million. Whoa,
I get what you're saying, man. It's way more
2
money.
billion. Whoa,
Right.
200 billion. Come on, bro.
It's
Come
more
on,
than
bro.
anyone needs. 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like when people are making $32,000 a year, we're having to work 3 jobs just to get by, and this person's worth literally $300 billion. That's still
can literally give every American.
not
every-
even that. Not even that. Don't give every American at least
You
take.
understand
Let's
what
say
I'm saying.
take half of your. This is what I would do, right? If I was worth, let's say if I was worth 200 billion, right? I would take $100 billion and put it back into my company's wage fare and put it have a wage scholarship or something like that. You work with the company for a year, you get a $5 raise. Or not a year. You work with the company for like 5 years, you get a $5 raise or something like that, or a $10 raise, whatever the case may be. But you have those kind of incentives, and you have that kind of fund in there. And that's for those large corporations. There's nothing like that. I mean, there's tuition reimbursement and stuff like that. There's
And
stuff
if you
like
do
that for
and you're
those.
still-
Yeah.
and you're still making all that money. Then it's okay?
If you're giving that money back to your
And you're
to the
still-
people,
and you're still worth
that make
$500
yeah,
billion.
then I think that's okay. then I think that's okay. If you're pulling your fair share, I think that should be fine. If you're paying if you're paying taxes or giving your money back to the betterment of your company in ways of improving job quality, improving and not taking away jobs like Bezos is doing, you know what I mean? Then he's just literally building factories with automated things there.
Guys walking around with bags full of cash, which
I mean, more so than any. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a socialist by any means, but I'm also for responsible capitalism. Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, I get it. So bags full of cash, which is going to lead me to our final question here, Mr. Mild, because we have
We've reached 2 hours and 53 minutes.
I
man.
believe,
We've been
y'all, we
talking.
might split this one into a two episode pod because we had a lot of good discussion here. But so bag full of cash, Mike. Let me ask you something. This is going to be our thing every podcast, guys, and we
We're
welcome.
gonna ask a random question.
Ask a random question, and we welcome you to ask random questions, and we'll put it on the pod. So, what would you do, Mr. Mike, Mr. Mild, if you found a dead body in a hotel room with a bag full of cash and drugs? Leave the drugs up to whatever drug you want to
Interpret
put
it as.
in that bag, but what would you do, my friend?
Make sure I don't touch anything first and foremost. I'm grabbing the bag and I'm leaving. That's it. I'm just grabbing the bag and leaving. That's really it. I mean, honestly, I'm not looking. I'm not doing anything. I'm grabbing the bag. I'm leaving, and then I'm like. I'm gonna grab the bag. I'm leaving. I'm checking this thing. Like I gotta leave the area because now the bag is in my possession. So I'm leaving the area, and then I'm gotta check to see if there's a GPS tracker or something like that in it. And call somebody up, see if I can get rid of the other stuff wholesale, and just take the cash and deposit it. You know what I mean?
And so we're not even talking about the dead body.
Who? What? Huh? Dead body?
Yeah.
Where? What are you talking about?
I didn't see anything.
No, nothing about that.
Nothing about the dead body.
No, nothing about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now, what do you?
I literally found that money at the hotel.
You're gonna outsource the drugs.
Yeah, of course. What? I'm not sitting on it.
Okay.
I already got the cash. I'm just going to get rid of it wholesale.
So you would even take the risk of because I think that puts you at the most risk.
I would probably bury it first. I would probably bury it in the backyard for a while. It'd probably go bad, but I don't know. I'd probably bury it in the backyard.
I think that I would act much like you did. It may be a little bit wiser. I would definitely not touch anything like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I would make sure, and we're talking about we're not talking about a hotel with a bunch of cameras or whatever. We're talking about
a Motel 8.
a motel, right?
Motel 8, the outside one, the ones that have the outside rail entry
with
ones.
the vacancy sign and all that stuff. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about, right? So there's no cameras. There's no. I'm not touching anything. Okay. I'm taking the bag. I'm leaving the body 100%. I'm not touching it. I'm not.
The fuck are you going to do with the body?
I mean, but listen, we got people out there that are going to.
Who is this person? First and foremost, why are you even investigating?
So my thought initially was like, hey, I'll go to a different state and drop a call to the police like, yo, there's a body in X hotel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I don't have to do that. They're gonna find that. They're gonna find the body, right?
Mm-hmm. Room service.
As far as the
room
drugs,
service is going to take the money and the drugs anyway.
As far as the drugs, I am not wholesaling those drugs. That's where you, my friend, are getting caught. That's
probably for sure.
Putting yourself at risk. I'm finding someplace where I can just ditch the drugs.
Yeah, get rid of them just as quick as possible. Just take the money and run. Yeah, that's the most logical way.
Ditch the drugs.
This is the most logical. I'm going to Miami with the drugs. I'm going to just drop them off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I see it on the news.
Right.
Somewhere.
Right. That's where your plan goes wrong. But the money, I'm not depositing that anywhere.
No, you don't. You don't deposit that. No,
That's
I mean, Yeah, well, even then, that's not mattress money. That's safety deposit box money.
Yeah,
That's you
well,
get a safety
you-
deposit box and you
You
put
know
that
what I
there.
mean by
Yeah,
in
yeah,
other
yeah,
words,
yeah.
it's not going into any type of account.
Yeah, yeah. No,
That's like I'm still working my job, and
absolutely. I mean, even if it was like half a mil or something like that. Like, let's say, what is the amount of money that you would? Another random question. What is the amount of money that you would? We'll cut it at around like 302. But like, what is the amount of money that you would, like, if you found that you would quit, or if you won that you would quit real estate and all that stuff and just live your life? Let's say you hit a scratch off.
Are we talking after taxes?
After tax, yeah. I mean, well, not even after taxes. Like, look, like, what is the scratch off amount, and then you would think about what the taxes would be after that, after taxes.
I think I'd have to end up with 3 million. Let's say 3 million, and I could make that work.
I would say between that, like after taxes, I would say between the 5 million. 5 million, like after tax. I mean, not even 5 million. To be honest, I could probably say, and this is like to make sure that I'm good, make sure that my sister, my niece, my nephew, my brother, you know what I mean? Like kind of like have that kind of stuff, little, $50K and stuff like that here and there for them. And all, you know what I mean? Like, Brett, I would need at least, like, realistically, let's say 3 million, about you, 2 to 3 million.
I
You know
think
what I
you
mean?
need more because you have a lot more life left.
Well, honestly, give me 3 million and I can literally live off of that for the rest of my life. Just like I'm just living off of the interest of that. 3 million, I could literally live off of the interest of that for the rest of my life.
Let's say 25 years. Let's say I want to live till I'm 75. So 3 million, yeah, no, I can't. Am I allowed to start a business? Like, just not like a, like a passive income type of business? Can I do that with it?
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking more like 5 million at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that 5 million mark. The 3 million, this is 5% annually. So literally, if you had 3 million in the account at 5% annual rate, you're making $150,000 a year just off of the interest on that.
Okay.
If it's just sitting there, you know what I mean?
But it's not, because if you win that much to begin with, there's gonna be certain purchases you're gonna make.
Oh yeah. First thing I'm doing is buying this house out, and then buying a house down in Bonita, buying this house out, and then I'm renting it out, and then I'm buying a house down in Bonita to live in, and then I'm buying my degree because I'm tired of doing the work. So I'm gonna just pay somebody to do it for me.
You're better than me.
What do you mean?
The first thing I'm buying is a G-Wagon.
Oh, the vehicle. Yeah, the vehicle. See, for me,
No, like literally, that's my first stop.
It would be a Ram TRX.
Okay.
Or yeah, the new one with the Hemi, the V8. That bitch is bad, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's no
that
G-Wagon,
orange.
but-
Yeah, it's not a G-Wagon.
Two totally separate vehicles. Yeah.
Absolutely. Completely separate.
Completely different.
But I get a TRX. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Give me a TRX. Buy her. I'd probably buy her a G-Wagon.
There you go. I could see that.
I'd probably buy her a mini G-Wagon. Buy her a mini white G-Wagon, the mini white ones.
Okay.
She would love
All right.
that.
Why a mini?
She don't need the bigger one. But you know why a lot of people who own businesses buy G-Wagons?
It's a tax write-off.
Because of the tax write-off. Yeah, it's because of the
weight.
The weight. Yeah, that was it 6,000 pounds or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all right, squad, we love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Mild, aka Mike.
Brian, aka Black.
And this is the Black and Mild podcast. Till next time. Peace.